Liberty Center, Tigers hit the field. Orange and black, the power to wield. Claws out, fangs sharp, hearts full of pride. On this gridiron, we ain't trying to hide. Quarterback's got an arm like a cannon. Linebacker strike, you don't know what happened. Running back cuts, defenders in the rear. Fans in the stands roar loud and clear. Hit Liberty, run that score high. Orange and black make them wonder why. Hit Liberty, show them what we got. Tigers on the prowl, we can't be stopped. Coach got the plays, got the strategy. Defense like a wall, pure energy. Special teams turning the tide fast. Every single play makes the moment last. Cheerleaders hype, crowd in a frenzy. Marching band plays, beats dropping heavy. Sidelines electric, can't fake that zeal. Tigers on the hunt, it's all so real. Hit Liberty, run that score high. Orange and black make them wonder why. Hit Liberty, show them what we got. Tigers on the prowl, we can't be stopped.
Greetings and salutations. Another On the 50 with Coach Moeller. These are things we've been doing for years, Coach, and I look forward to just having a conversation. Not an explosive interview. It's not how you do things. You keep it all at the same tempo. It's probably why your football team just goes out every week and does the same thing this last week. We all get excited about PH. I think you're excited. I just think this was just another corporate CEO approach. I loved after the game, everybody wants to watch the handshakes. Is there any... and I go up to, Thomas after the game. He had such a good game and said something to you, and you're like, yeah, that's fine. Like, gosh, man, we're waiting for something. Not much to talk about. Liberty Center 35-6 and a pretty complete victory. It wasn't perfect, and I know you spent some time highlighting the imperfections as you do, but just upon reflection, 35-6 over a really good PH team has to feel good.
Yeah, when you get out of the game, with a nice win. Relatively injury-free, you're pretty happy.
Yeah.
Then when you go back and kind of look at the film, then you start to look at, okay, here's where we got to get better and here's where we made some mistakes. But, it's just such a relief right after the game that, you came out of there with the win. And against a great team like that that's well coached, that's all you can really ask for. Even
with the win, I think it's 7 in a row maybe, or maybe it's 8. I'm not sure. I never get those right. Consecutive winning streaks, is it 40, 41? These are great debates to have, but those just aren't that important to you, and you never talk about them, so why are we going to talk about them? But I would say that the specter of a Bill Inseman coach team has left scars on a lot of us. I coached on some staffs that we just couldn't get that done, and you've gotten that done. I think you're 7-1, maybe you're 8-1 now in your 9 years. This is your 9th year, right? Or is this your 10?
I think.
Now you're approaching the 100th win mark. I'm trying to do the math on all those things, but it's been a struggle. You've had to be on point. Your staff understands the importance of a game like that, but you're not having the kind of issues with this game probably because your approach. And talk about that, because I guess we all want to see something, but you want to see wins. And your formula for wins has really worked, and it's been
crystal clear.
Keeping the emotions, even and steady,
doing
the work. The results will follow. Talk a little bit about how you're able to control all that when some of the fans can't. Nick said this week, we're good. It's the fans get all fired up. Well, it's a big game, community. How do you stay there?
Well, I guess for us, we want to approach everything, every week, every practice. We talk about we're prepared to beat the best,
right?
So that when we get to these games, we're comfortable with them. We're not trying to practice harder this week because we have a big game. I think when you do that, you've missed your chance to approach the game the right way.
And you're riding all the time.
And you can't raise your level of play in 1 week of preparation. So, we go all the way back to May, June, July, and we don't have big long 3-hour practices in those areas, but the time that we do have, we want high quality. We're preparing to play Sean Terry. We're preparing to play the Elkert brothers. We're preparing for Braden Richards type players that are extremely high level, because if you don't do that, when you get to them, you're not ready and you can't mimic it. And it's a challenge to do that. And that's what we're paid for, is to try and create that level of practice and preparation. But I think that's probably, one of the things that has allowed us to have some success in bigger games like this is because we talk about that. You guys are ready. This is what we've been preparing for. We're not. Nothing that week at practice changes as far as what we're doing, other than we may back off, physically, the taxing stuff that can wear your body down. So I think that approach has probably helped us be ready for those type of games.
I think Reed Krieger maybe was the wide receiver that didn't play this week. Their big play.
Check.
Down the field threat. Some inside information.
So,
Bergstrom Barrett of all said this week Jack Badenhop really got Ethan Gray and those guys ready. I mean, obviously Jack Badenhop on our team, pretty fabulous athlete. We've talked about the importance of scout teams, but like you said, sometimes it's hard to mimic an elite athlete like a Reed Krieger. Now, he didn't play this week. I think that changed the complexion a little bit of how things go for Patrick Henry. But talk about the preparation. When you have a Sean Terry, you have a Reed Krieger. Obviously, last year you had to prepare for an elite Big Ten athlete. How do you do that when you don't have those people necessarily? Although Jack Badenhop, again, next level,
right,
had a great week of practice, and I think it helped Ethan a lot. Talk about that.
Well, like you said, we can't recreate Sean Terry's athleticism, but if we can mimic the size of somebody, and that's kind of what we did with Jack Badenhop. He's a 6'3", very athletic kid. Reed Krieger, 6'3", very athletic kid.
Yeah.
Just seeing that size in practice a lot of times is going to be beneficial. How do we need to position our bodies and things like that when the ball's in the air? And so Jack did a great job. He's a great athlete and really prepared us for that. And then if obviously Reed wasn't able to play, but our guys were ready for that when the time came. And down the line, we're going to need that again at some point. We spend time Sunday night in meetings going over, okay, on scout team, who's going to be this kid? Who's going to be this kid?
Yeah.
And you try to find your best fit that you have available. And you can't mimic the great athletes, but you can take your best that you have and use them. Logan Cifuentes is a kid that has been playing a lot of scout team defensive line just because he's a varsity starter at a very high level. And when you're playing against guys that aren't typically varsity starters, they're not going to give you the look that you're going to see on a Friday night, but Logan can do that for us. And he's not playing a lot of offense, so he battles on the scout team. And we do have some good scout team linemen that can give us great looks, and we feel like we've got kids on our scout team that could play for a lot of teams on a Friday night. So that definitely helps. You can't always mimic it, but it's that preparation that I think gets you ready.
I think with Reed's absence, it changed the complexion of this game a little bit. We're so good against the run. The front three have been fantastic. You get elite play out of your linebackers, and Jiggs and I just keep noticing the tackling. Some of your tackling leaders on Friday. Of course, you're going to see that in the passing offense and attack, but really getting guys to the ground. I mean, Ethan Gray, top-notch tackler. The Sonnenberg, a good-looking tackler. You're getting tackling from your snipers. I mean, the tackling in that back end of your defense has been fantastic.
Well, we put a big emphasis just on tackling at all levels and different types. We every Monday we have a tackling circuit that we have 4 or 5 stations where you're going to every station and doing some different type of tackling. With us, it's a lot of open field tackling. Linebacker coaches do more of a closed space. D lineman is a little bit different, but we're tackling pads. We've got the big tackle wheels and things like that. It's not live tackling, but we're working on the fundamentals of tackling. And then Tuesday, Wednesday in our drill groups, at least with my position, we always have some small tackle drill in there. So we do a lot of practice on the tackling, and the idea is if you don't miss tackles, you're going to give your defense a fighting chance to stop an opponent. And I think we've done a good job of tackling at all levels of our defense so far this year.
We don't always like to highlight individuals, but I think in these kind of shows, when you have 40 minutes, you can talk about certain kids. And I try to, this week, every week, it seems like you have different kids stepping up. So you've had a variety of conversations throughout the season, and there was a couple of just phenomenal performances. Jigs and I talk about we've lost these state title games because I think there's one player that is just better than all your players that make that play that it's just so difficult to defend. We've seen that with Sean Terry. We saw that the year before against Perry. South Range was a little bit different. That's been a while ago now. But I think we may have a guy like that finally, like a guy that, you don't talk about Mr. Footballs and all those things, but I think a Garrison Cruz, is a special athlete. And we know Kellen Weimer's being recruited to play Major D1 football, size, projectability, but the day-to-day production you're getting from Garrison Cruz, both on offense and defense, is really kind of next level. And you'd have to say that. And you've seen in all your coaching years a lot of good players, the Matt Leiningers and some of these guys that were, Jesse Smiths that were Division I athletes. Garrison Cruz might be that guy because it looked that way Friday that PH didn't have an answer for that guy.
Yeah, Garrison's got a great combination of size, speed, strength, balance, just all those things you want in a skilled player. He's got the right mentality.
Where's he get that from? You think Colton and Trenton have something to do with that?
I think
no slight Logan, but Colton and Trenton raising him a little bit.
I think he's been through the ringer most of his life with those three. But he's a special athlete, and he's still just a junior, but he makes a huge impact in the game.
Yeah.
And if we can get him to level 2 and level 3, the odds are in our favor usually. Yeah. So we have to be a little bit creative with him. And good things typically happen when the ball's in his hands, and then defensively he's probably just as good there.
He really is.
He's a physical kid, strong, and his work ethic is great, and that's what makes him special. There's probably a lot of kids walking around with his size and ability, but if you don't have the work ethic to go with it, you don't see the production in game, and that's where I think he sets himself apart.
He certainly made one of the key plays. I look at 3 or 4 or 5 plays a game. I'm sure you do too. Go back and watch the play that he missed the pick, but the elevate the way he did, and then Old Crew again with a pick six, and exciting to see your defense. And I know you like to call the plays, and I get that, as did Rex. But in your heart, you're a defensive coach. You really, that to me, that's been your whole career. You do a great job of calling plays, Case, but getting a defensive touchdown, I think you made a comment this week in one of the papers about, boy, that's a big deal for us.
Oh, absolutely. And the kids know it, and we incentivize that. These guys know if they get a defensive score, they're going to get rewarded. And the greatest thing about that play that JT scored on is Garrison gets the tip. He made the play. JT reaped the benefits of it being in the right spot. But to see the rest of the guys just try to escort him down the field, as soon as he got it, there's 4 guys just sprinting. And then you see Jackson Lonzak come flying in there looking to block somebody so we could get in the end zone. Very, very unselfish group. And I think that's what makes them special. But, be in the right place, make plays when you can make plays, and we all reap the benefits of that.
So Reed Krieger not in this game. You get an early defensive score, 2 pretty big developments. And then you go to work on defense. I really felt like this was a defensive game, and we were under 300 yards, I think, total yards. We knew PH was stout, inside run. There was a lot of off-tackle, outside run kind of scripted and planned for this game, but I got to tell you, Logan Cifuentes is impressive. He wins this week the Swanton Welding Man of Steel. He has been in the conversation, Mark Bly would tell you about every week. Talking to Nick, early in the season, and Todd and those guys, they knew we had a wrestler, low center of gravity, strong as an ox, but boy, he has really turned it up a couple levels.
Well, I think without a doubt this was his best game of his career. But he's one that's an unsung hero.
He is.
He just does all the dirty work inside. He's taking on 2-3 blockers and just gumming things up in the run game. And if you look at our run defense, it's the strength of our team, period.
It is.
And, Coach Inselman made a comment, we basically made them one-dimensional. And, we've got a whole stable of guys we can play there, and they all do a great job. And he's one that has embraced his role, knows what it is. But when you see your nose guard, flying out on the perimeter, making tackles on bubble screens and things like that, he's playing at a high level. And Logan, hopefully can continue to get better. And I kind of joked with him. I said, you set the bar pretty high. Now this is what we expect every week. And that's the challenge, is the consistency. Everybody can do it maybe once or twice, And now we expect that out of him all the time.
You know, you take the fun out of it, man. I mean, gosh, you're like, gosh, I got to do that again, coach. Well, that's the idea. That's what kind of life is. You just sit there on the couch every day. You got to do it better every day.
Right.
You do it in education. We're all pressed to do that. But Logan Cifuentes has been fabulous. Also, we talked about Garrison Cruz. Logan, Hunter Spangler in there is pretty awesome too.
Oh.
Like, to me, there's never an MVP in your kind of teams. But if Hunter Spangler he might be a Division I football player. He's going to go Division I to throw, but he is fantastic on both sides and so smart. You can just see his head. You can just see him working through responsibilities and reads. And what a player you've got in Hunter Spangler.
Oh, well, he's another
What a
one.
player.
Work ethic.
Yep.
Great teammate. Is probably going to throw the shot put in college, but I think there are some D1 schools that are missing out on a guy that can play. Take your pick, center or D line. He's got a great frame on him.
He reminds me a little bit of Blake Lindgren. Blake made his bones maybe in the defensive side, and they converted him at Wake to center, and he was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're the same thing with Hunter. He's got that size, and he's not slow and sloppy.
No.
He's explosive and athletic.
Well, he's powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, when you throw the shot put over 60 feet, you've got some power, and he uses that really well in football, I think. But just a great player and a guy, team him up with Kellen and Logan, and there are not a lot of offensive lines that are going to move those guys.
No, they haven't been either, and that's been a great part of our, and we could talk about, we just get out, go, there it is. There's 10 minutes on the defensive line. Let's get off to the offense a little bit. He's my son, and he's had his struggles, knee injuries, and he's had some injuries, but I have been very impressed, I think, as has lots of people, with his blocking. He kind of comes for that. I get reminded that Chambers, background, everything he does well is from the Chambers, not a shock. Rex Lindgren has a Chambers in him. But the fact is, those Chambers kids have been great wings for you for a long time. Leighton and Christian and Colton have been fabulous. Baxter loves that role. I think I'm starting to see him blossom really well as a blocker.
Well, he's got kind of what we look for there. He's physically hard-nosed and tough, and he's got a skill set that he can block, he can run, he can catch. And when you kind of put all that together, he can be a weapon in the pass game and in the run game, and whether he's running the ball or blocking, and is getting better and better every week, and that's what we need. And he'll continue to get better, I think, as the season goes on, with every rep and just learning from our footwork and our angles and things like that. He brings an element to us that we had last year, and anytime we've been really good offensively, you look at that spot, and they don't always get a lot of touches, but they're so valuable with what they do and what they can do, and you can use them. And I think, they surprise teams when they get the pass thrown to them or they get a reverse or something like that. It's really opens things up for them and for the offense.
I wanted to get into Thomas Moeller because I thought that was his best game as an offensive back, as a halfback. He's kind of our Mr. Inside, and not outside necessarily Garrison. He can run inside, but he's strong, tackle out, a little bit like with the Keith Kern-Ward combo in the state championship group, the runner-up there in 93. Those two guys complemented each other well. These two complement each other. We did that last night. We had a big Thomas Moeller night, so we won't delve too much into Thomas, but great game by Thomas, both sides of the ball, over-the-shoulder catch. Fabulous. But I did want to talk just briefly about how good is Sawyer Bachman going to be? I mean, we're in the booth going, how good is that dude going to be when he continues to grow into that body, into that mentality?
Well, I think he's just scratching the surface of what he's capable of. I mean, he's just a sophomore. He's played 6 varsity games in his career. But obviously, physically, he's got the tools. He's got, he's 6'4", he's 260 pounds, 255.
And can move.
And he still has room to get bigger if he wants to, and certainly stronger. Probably at the beginning of the summer, end of the school year, we did some testing in the weight room, and it's like, he's not his brother. By the end of the summer, he was like, he's where his brother was, or further, strength-wise. Size-wise, he's already taller. As a sophomore, I think Landon was maybe 230 pounds, so he's 25 pounds bigger than what he was. But huge ceiling on him, and once he gets it all figured out, he's going to be very, very good for us. And you can see he doesn't play a ton of defense, but he's made a huge impact on defense. It's like he's a sack machine.
Yeah, as a down lineman, we call them defensive ends, but in any other vernacular, kind of a defensive tackle 3 technique.
Mm-hmm.
He is a sacker in there. He's like Joe Klecko in there. Like, he is really effective with his hands and his technique.
He's got big, powerful hands, which as a D lineman, if
moving people,
you can get a hold of people and manipulate them, and him throwing bales around all summer, him and Logan. I mean, you see that on the defensive line. That should be the workout program, is go bale hay all summer.
I think I might pay. I might have paid some admission to watch those two get mad at each other and get to it. Don't want any part of it, but those two could get to it, I'm sure. And I'm sure that Sawyer's got it. Like I said, big ceiling. And those are the kind of players that keep Nick Miller from retiring and going coon hunting all winter. So, Nick, I hope you're listening. Sawyer Bachman, you see him every day. Great player. Liberty Center, great win against Patrick Henry. And just we've continued on. That's a rivalry that seems to be dominant on both sides. Everybody goes on these big runs. We're on one, and it's a fabulous run to be on. Let's talk about Evergreen a little bit. And obviously, one of the concerns that people like me that are semi-uneducated, are we going to get down? We talked about it before we went on air a little bit here. We won't spend a ton of time, but for whatever reason, and I like your metaphor of the Bermuda Triangle. I coached a long time, and Rex and I would just talk about why is it just so hard up there? Now I know we've had good success, and we do win a lot of games there. It never looks good, and it's always somewhat of a struggle. What do you attribute that to?
It's hard to pinpoint.
Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes this week our challenge is we just came off a big rivalry win. Can you stay at that level? But for whatever reason, over the years we haven't always had Evergreen after a huge win like that. Sometimes it's been early in the season. It just seems like, I don't know if it's the bus ride or what. But, we haven't always played our best there. And part of that's probably Evergreen. We talk about we're going to get everybody's best shot.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And they're very skilled. They have been. They were well coached last year, the last couple of years.
Coach of the year last year. They went to Northview.
Yeah. Know what they're doing. They've got good athletes. They've had good size in the past that's given us problems here and there. And so whatever it is, we got to get it figured out and make sure that we're ready to go this week, because they're a 5-1 team and they're chomping at the bit. They would love a signature win, especially at home.
Oh, 5-1, and you know what winning is like. It's contagious, and there's momentum. And now you got Liberty coming in, feeling pretty good about themselves. And a lot of teams, I think, would feel pretty good about themselves. We got no reason not to. This has been a routine, though, having this early success for us. But I like Evergreen's quarterback. This last week, Tristan was a good quarterback. He's a drop-back passer. He sat in the pocket. He made good throws. That's what he does. This cat reminds you of some throwback kind of guys, the Fran Tarkingtons, if you will. I know, older reference, but a guy that can create all kinds of plays, getting open, hard to sack, hard to get him down. I mean, he is a unique guy.
Yeah, he's kind of a dual-threat guy and can buy time.
Yep.
Just very athletic.
Yeah.
And, does a really good job in their scheme. And then when you pair that with some of the other athletes they have around there, the Will Reitz kid is a track star.
Yeah.
Quentin Eisel might be their best athlete, and he can kind of do everything, run, catch, whatever. But they've got a lot of skill guys around him. But the quarterback, is a returning starter, so he's got a lot of experience, and you can see he just gets better every game. They're throwing the ball a little bit more this year, and he's doing a really good job of running their offense.
I like all that. They've got good-looking receivers. They run good routes. I mean, they, where maybe the offensive defensive lines maybe isn't the focus of this football team. They're skilled guys. They're all over the place. These guys win track league titles every other year. I mean, you go to a track meet, you've been to plenty in your day, they're winning league meets on the boys' side. I always amaze how many athletes they've got up there. They're good in basketball. They've been very good there for generations. So to me, I just feel like this Evergreen team presents a ton for you to have to prepare for. Unfortunately, our back end of our defense has been great, but I think defensively, it kind of rewinds me back to the old Otsego game over there, that 9-0 deal where that back side of their defense really kept Otsego in the game. Evergreen has those kind of athletes.
Yeah, they can run around and make plays.
Yeah.
And that's the bottom line. When you've got a group that can do that, anything can happen because of their athleticism and their skill. So, we have to play a good game. We can't just bank on, they're going to not play well. They got playmakers, and they're playing with confidence. The more you win, the more confident you get if they can hang around with us in the first quarter,
Yeah.
it's going to be a long game because they're going to just start believing they can knock us off, and then they start playing harder and that type of thing. And like you said, it's contagious.
Well, you don't want to make a mistake early and give Evergreen any momentum. This is a 5-1 football team. We are on the road coming off a major W against a big-time rival. Liberty Center travels to Metamora, a.k.a. the Bermuda Triangle. I love that. That's an older reference, but, I mean, this is where airplanes fly in and don't return. We don't want to do that when we get up to Metamora this week. Excited, Liberty Center, a 6-win team, not 6-0. That is a sin here. We don't talk like that. So we're anxious to see what Liberty can do this week. So tune in to LC Tiger Sports Live this week. Coach, great luck in preparation. Keep guys healthy, and well done.
Thank you.
Good evening, Tiger sports fans, and welcome to the far northern reaches of the state of Ohio, here in Viking country for tonight's contest between the Evergreen Vikings and your Liberty Center Tigers. Welcome to the KK Collision pregame show. I'm Jeremy Babcock along with Brian Babcock and Jiggs. The Tigers are now 6-0. Coming off a big win last week with PH. Talk a little bit about what you liked from last week.
Yeah, the 35-6, really a dominant performance by Liberty Center. All three facets of the game, offense, defense, special teams, I thought they really controlled the game from the get-go. Mm-hmm. You never really felt threatened defensively. Right. I mean, they hit a nice, long pass there that kind of set up their lone score. But the defense just so sound. Guys doing their job.
Yeah.
From the defensive line, linebackers, secondary, just solid all the way across.
Yes.
Letting nothing easy up. So you love the defensive performance. Then offensively, Patrick Henry had a really good defensive line, created some challenges, good linebackers that flowed really well. Mm-hmm. Thought our offensive line played really well. We had some big holes. Caden Kreinbrink had some time to throw the football around. So offensively, you got to like what you see from the offensive line. You just continue to get good reps from Kellen Weimer, Max Walker, Spangler, Swigert, Navarre, Bachman, and the list goes on. And they're getting a good rotation as well on that offensive line, so you love to see that. And then you look at our backs. Gary Cruz probably had his best game that I've seen him play. He was a dominant force, playing like a Division I player that he is. Offense, defense. I mean, he had the tip to kind of start things off. The JTO crew was able to pick off, take back to the house. You saw him running the football, running people over, 2-3 guys kind of carrying. And then, kind of late in that game, he had some very physical slam tackles. He's a beast out there, and he had one heck of a game, so it was good to see for Gary. Thomas Muller ran the ball really well again. We're getting great blocking from our wings, from the wing-back position, Baxter Barrett, and then special teams. Our kickoff team continues to be excellent. If Max Walker's not kicking it out of the end zone, we got guys going down there and just laying hats on people.
Right.
So that's been a great thing. Caden Kreinbrink punted the ball really well. So all three facets of this football team, I think you saw on display last week. It was a pretty dominant performance. And let's not forget Patrick Henry. That's a very good football team.
Yeah, that's right.
And they're going to make some noise in the playoffs. They have the tough game coming up against Archbold, to kind of keep them in the league conversation here. But, I don't know if that's tonight. Is it tonight? I think they got Delta tonight, which would be a tough one. Which would be a tough one for them as well. But that's a good football team, and when Liberty plays good football teams, they kind of make them look mediocre.
Yeah,
and
that's an observation I had as I looked at each man across that line of scrimmage. I'm like, for PH, speaking about PH, that's a good player. That's a good player. That's a good player. And when I watched them as a whole, I said, this is a really good football team. And we did just a really good job at, like you said, just quieting them down.
Yep.
We just didn't make them look as good as I mean, they're a good team.
Yep.
They're a good team.
Yep. Well, they got a very, very explosive defensive line, 3-4 players there that are disruptors. And if you watch them on film against other teams, they just wreck the game. and you didn't really notice that. So
That's right.
That's hats off to this Liberty Center football team. They're playing at a high level right now, and that showed last week against Patrick Henry.
I liked the fact that PH threw it around quite a bit, and really think our secondary needed that work. It's good to see that. We're going to see that a lot more moving forward. And overall, they did a good job containing that passing attack from PH.
Yeah, I mean, timing passing attack Patrick Henry brings, you're going to give some up. You're going to give some slants. You're going to give some out routes. You're going to give some of those stick routes. But they did a great job of keeping everything in front, nothing over the top, deep. They hit the one kind of deep on us there, but quite frankly, Foster was right there. He made a good play.
Yeah.
It was the receiver just made a better play. So that was the only explosive play, deep ball that they had.
Yeah.
Corners playing well, snipers playing well. Thomas Muller on the back end, kind of at the leader of that secondary, playing at a high level right now.
Yeah, I was impressed with when they did keep those short routes in front of them. It was swarm to the ball, where we got hats in the ball quick. People are moving, and just the overall speed of that defense is impressive, I think, too.
Well, and you see, if you get a receiver coming out on a slant route and he's catching that and getting a linebacker, a safety, and a corner converging and sticking the receiver like that, those guys start to remember that, and they get the alligator arms. They say, I don't really like that going in there against those guys. So that's what that hitting, rallying to the football does for a football team.
That's right. Which brings us to this week's contest. And in your film study this week, Jigs, what did you see that impressed you with Evergreen?
Yeah, well, this is a team that's coming off a 6-4 record last year. That is their first winning season since 2010.
Wow.
So, this recent success has been a really good thing for Evergreen. They had the coach from last year left, went to Sylvania Northview. First-year coach Hunter Cole. This is a college coach. He was a receivers coach at Adrian for a year. And then also he I'm trying to think where else he was. Siena Heights. I believe he's a Siena Heights receivers coach for 3 years. So this is a guy that's got a college pedigree, knows how to coach the game, an offensive mind. And I think when you turn the film on, that's what you see. This offense can be very explosive. It starts from Bryce Bolger, the quarterback. This is a 3-year starter. Had a lot of success in this program. He's a kid that can run it, throw it. He wants to get out of the pocket, put some pressure on your snipers, corners, to kind of decide whether you're gonna cover or you're gonna come up and play the run, because he will run it a lot. And you got a couple nice receivers on the outside. Will Roots, number 0. He's a good-looking receiver, explosive kid. And then number 18, Quentin, I believe it's Easel, is also a very explosive kid on the outside. They'll bring him in the backfield some, get him the ball. But very capable offense. I think that's what you're going to see tonight is when you watch them on film, at times Bolger tries to do maybe a little bit too much because I think he feels like he has to on this team at times. They've struggled to run the football against all the league teams so far. So they're really relying on these receivers, Bolger, to kind of bail them out in certain situations. And, we saw a little bit last week with Patrick Henry's inability to run the football. If you can't establish the run and we get you into passing downs and we know you're going to pass, that is a recipe for disaster and for turnovers.
That's
and
right.
We saw that against Patrick Henry a little bit last week.
So even with that, though, I think the ability here for Evergreen to hit a big play is there. They have the athletes to do that tonight. They will go deep, and Bolger's an athlete. So they do have some ability to scare you a little bit in the pass game. How about defensively, Jigs? Did you see anything that stuck out there for the Vikings?
Yeah, they're probably going to run a 4-3 defense here tonight, base. They're probably, my guess is they would bring some more guys up into the box to try to assist against our run game. A couple players that stood out. Alex Mossing, number 2, kind of a linebacker, safety, flies around, makes a lot of plays. Yep. Those same 2 receivers that you see on offense, Roots and Easel, they'll be your corners, good football players. And J.J. Johnson, number 57, senior linebacker. He flies around,
He does.
probably their best player on defense.
Yes.
And, this is a team that is obviously had some recent success.
Yeah, 5-1.
They're 5-1 so
They're
far.
5-1.
Wins over Delphus Jefferson, Ottawa Hills,
Yep.
Lake, Wasion, and Bryan. Their lone loss coming to Archibald.
Okay.
If you look at kind of some of the recent scores, they lost to Archibald 2 weeks ago. It's 42-0. Archibald kind of handled that game. I think that was closer. It was close in the first half.
Yep.
Then they turned the ball over a few times. Archibald started to get the run established. They struggled with that. And then they beat Bryan by 4 last week, so they struggled with that. Probably a little bit of a hangover from that Archibald game.
Yeah.
This is homecoming tonight at Evergreen, but these guys are going to be probably ready to go. And, you got Liberty Center coming to town. You got to be able to get up for this team.
That's right.
You can't be intimidated. You got to go and give them your best shot and all you got. So I expect this Evergreen team to be ready to go here tonight.
Good. Are you looking for anything specific offensively or defensively from Liberty tonight as they come up here to Viking country?
Yeah, I think I wouldn't be surprised to see a concerted effort to get the pass game back going.
Okay.
We saw some very successful passes last week. There were a few route combinations I think that were missed a little bit. So I would not be surprised to see some more of the tight end drags, throwbacks that we saw last week that were lined up to potentially be a very successful play. So I would expect to see the pass game. I think when you look at Evergreen defensively, I expect our run game to kind of get what it wants when it wants. So,
if you're going to highlight something, maybe try to highlight some of that passing.
And we know this coaching staff does a good job of kind of understanding who they're playing and the situations and things that they want to work on. Maybe not necessarily for tonight, but for down the road. So I would expect the pass game to get going and see a heavy dose of the run game again. Yeah. I think when you look at Evergreen's offense, I think it's going to be the quick passing game. You got to get Bolger, get it out of his hands quick.
Yeah.
Get your receivers the ball in space, Roots, Easel. Quick, get it out. 2-step drop, get it out, because we've seen this defensive line from Liberty Center create pressure with 3. Yes. And that is not a place that you want to be standing back there in a 3 to 5 seconds. It's not going to go well. So I would expect the quick passing game for Evergreen tonight. Try to establish the run. I don't see that happening. Right. So let's get the ball outside your athletes and give them a chance.
That's right. All right, we're preparing for the anthem here.
Yeah, go back to Evergreen a little bit more here. They're currently 9th in D6 in Region 22. So this is a team that's got playoff aspirations.
That's right.
They got a tough schedule left, but at 5-1, I think they got to go back to back with their second winning season in a row. And like we said, those are crazy numbers. First winning season since 2010.
Yeah.
That is a long time.
That's right.
And first playoff appearance last year since 1984.
Wow.
I was 1984.
I was 1.
So,
shut up, you two.
Yeah.
I wasn't married yet, but I was graduating college. Yeah. All right, we're going to take a break here, the national anthem, and we appreciate you guys. The KK Collision pregame show, Kyle Kern, has been a great sponsor of ours for many years. So we'll take a break for the national anthem, and we'll be right back after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Piperville tonight. Your Evergreen Vikings challenging Varsity Liberty Center Tigers here at homecoming. The Vikings are led by first-year head coach Hunter Coles and assistant coaches Alex Hunter, Brent Simon, Joe Oakes, Wilson Myers, Levi Carson, and Nick Beaver. Everyone get on your feet, make some noise. Here come your 2025 Evergreen Vikings! Ladies and gentlemen, we direct your attention to the west end of the playing field for the passing of the colors. Tonight's color guard is provided by the captain of Warbands, post 306, and Ambens, post 757. And now, to honor our nation, we ask that you rise if you are able. Gentlemen, please remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem by the Evergreen High School Marching Band.
All right, we're set to go here in Evergreen. I did not catch who won the coin flip, so we'll have to see who kicks and receives.
You know, another thing about this game, and we talked about a little bit of the podcast, but every time you come over to Evergreen, 2 years ago we came over here, it was like a rain or a big storm, maybe like a tornado warning.
Yeah. Yeah.
And at times in the past, we've come over to Evergreen and played flat.
Yes.
I think a lot, if you just look in history. So, you know, we'll see how this Liberty Center team comes out firing, ready to go. See if they're a little bit sloppy from the, you know, kind of the hangover of the Patrick Henry win last week, or come out ready to go here tonight.
The long drive up to
Yeah, it's
Metamora.
that too. You know, you get a little nap when you're coming over on the bus. I used to like taking naps.
I did. Yes, I did too.
Now the coaches would say, "Don't take a nap because you're going to be, wake up and kind of be sluggish." But I always like taking a nap.
It. Yeah,
I would have get at least 15 minutes on the way over to
that's right.
Evergreen every single time.
Plenty of time here up in Metamora. It looks like the Tigers are going to kick it away to the Vikes to start this one out.
Well, we've seen this kickoff team and how explosive it's been. We'll see if Evergreen is interested in trying to return this thing, or if Max Walker is just going to bang it through the back of the end zone again like he does so many times.
Eisel and Roots back to receive for Evergreen.
That's their two best athletes right there. Those are guys you want touching the ball.
Right. And here we go. Walker boots it. A little bit of a shorter kick. Going to be returned by Roots up the middle. Does not have a lot of room there at the 25, where the Vikings will take over on offense.
Brody Jakeway, I believe, getting up from underneath that pile. Nice little hit there. Max, it looked like, if Max wants to kick it out of the back of the end zone, I think he does it. That looks to me like that was a concerted effort, maybe to kick that a little bit shorter,
to get a return.
Give our return team a chance.
The kickoff team has offered him rewards for letting them tackle somebody.
Interesting. Okay.
Kick it short, give us a chance, Max. Come on now.
Evergreen starts out an empty backfield, a set that you're going to see all night long from them. Bolger flings it over here to Roots, and he's got a decent gain, probably for a first down, almost to the 40. Jigs right there is the formation we're going to see from Evergreen pretty much all night. Single back or empty backfield, and they spread it.
Yeah, spread 5 wide. That's that quick passing game right there. Get it to your athlete. Let him take one move, get up the field. Nice little gain, first down.
They're going quick here. Pitch off the left side to Eisel. He's got not a lot of room, and a big stick there by
Gary Cruz.
It was Cruz.
That's the other thing is Evergreen came out pretty quick there, those first two. I wouldn't, they might get into some quicker calls here to put some pressure on this defense. Decent start here for Evergreen.
Single back, trips right, throwing it out. Incomplete. That's going to bring up third and kind of long for the Vikes.
Great job there, Caden Sonnenberg, to get underneath that. Even if he would have completed that, Caden was right there. He was there to make the tackle if needed. That's a far throw. He's from the opposite hash, trying to throw an out route.
Yes.
It's kind of a lower percentage throw that time. We'll see if they dial up here on third down.
And again, I love the pressure that's going to be put on our DBs here. It's going to be great for them. Bolger takes the snap. Same play out here to 18. Incomplete. Fourth down, and they're going to punt it away.
Well, they kind of got what they wanted. They kind of had him out on the out that time. Eisel, that's their guy to get him in some space there. Couldn't hang on. Ethan Gray was right there. Probably would have made that tackle anyway. Evergreen with the first down early. And then they're going to punt it away here.
Gray and Badenhop back deep for the Tigers. High spiraling kick. It's going to bounce at the 35 and go out of bounds there. And the Tigers will take over. See what they can do.
You see the difference, even when a team can come and get one first down, how that flips the field. We have pinned teams so often this year, getting the ball at 50 on our first drive, and then it's two plays and we're scoring. We're starting from our own 35 here, I think, 33. So, that's a nice little flip of the field there for Evergreen.
That's right. Try and break under center. Tigers in motion. Double tight. Give Moeller off the left side. Not a whole lot. Gain of probably 3 or 4.
Interesting there. Kind of double tight, stacking it up. Evergreen had about 8 guys within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage against that type of formation. Looks like Liberty might be trying to come out and establish the run early.
Kreinbrink, play action. He throws over the middle, incomplete, intended for Lonizak. There is a flag on the field holding Liberty.
Pretty good job there by Evergreen. Really not much there. Lonizak was defended pretty well. He really had to fit that into a tight window. Got some pressure too. Kreinbrink was hit on that one, and we still got the hold. So Liberty Center going second and long here on their first drive. Certainly not what you want to see. You know, penalties weren't a huge factor last week, but not a good way to start here.
10:15 left in the first. Kreinbrink gives off the right side to Baxter Baird. He's got room.
Get up.
He's got 2 to beat. Cuts off to the left side. And he's brought down at the 30. Baxter Baird off the right side. Great cut back there, Jigs, to find open space.
Yeah, it was a great block. Max Walker on the pole. He really kicked that thing out, and that was a big hole. And Baxter knows what to do with it. Get up the field and find Green. That was a good game by Baxter.
Get up.
Baird.
He's got 2 to beat. Cuts off to the left side. And he's brought down at the 30. I know his old man's watching from afar this evening, and I think those wheels may have been a little bit better than his. Gary off the left side.
Nice blocking.
He's got room as well. Runs a guy over, and it's going to be first down.
It was hard to tell there. Baxter with a good block. Spangler kind of up leading the way. And a whole host of other Tigers. You know, when we get this offensive line, the way they just get down the field, and you give Gary a little bit of a crease, he doesn't take much space to get going.
That's right. Kreinbrink's out of the gun. He's going to drop straight back, swing it over there to Gray in the flats. Gray can't make a man miss, gains a couple.
You know, I like that little check down there. He didn't really have anything down the field. Ethan Gray, one of your better athletes, get him the ball in some space. If he can make that one guy miss, he could be off for the races. Good tackle there by the Evergreen defender.
You saw Kreinbrink really look through his progressions there, took his time, had some time given to him by the offensive line. Didn't rush it. Didn't rush it there. Good choice. Second 10 for the Tigers. Give right up the middle to Moeller. Weaves, Jukes jives his way through, and it's going to be a touchdown, Tigers.
Do we have a replay tonight? Cole, we going to replay on that again?
Wow.
I probably can't see it to talk you through it. Jeremy, go ahead.
I mean, it was that Barry Sanders or Moeller running there. Look at that
Gary
cut
Cruz,
off
good
the
block
left.
there.
It was Moeller just finding open space and making open space, rambling in for a score. Fantastic run by Thomas Moeller. Walker's kick is up, and it is good. So, with 8:28 left here in the first, 7-0 Liberty.
This is kind of what we expected with the run game. We you know, if you watch Evergreen on film, they have struggled stopping the run.
Yeah.
Against Archbold, they really struggled. Even against Bryan at times, Bryan was able to move the ball on the ground against them, and you know, you saw that in the first drive. Just some big holes. Didn't matter which side, who got it. So you know, I expect this offensive line to continue to dominate the line of scrimmage tonight.
Interesting to see what the coaching staff elects to do moving forward. To your point earlier, we know we can do that here. Let's see if we keep doing that or if we air it out a little bit. Walker goes back to boot it away again to Evergreen. Beautiful night for football.
Yeah, it is.
A little warm, but it's not raining.
Shorts and a T-shirt in October.
80s,
I'll take it.
80s in October.
I'll take it.
We'll take it. The cold's coming soon enough. Good turnout tonight. It is homecoming, but the Evergreen stands are full.
Yep.
It's good to see it. Fans standing around the outside.
Tigers travel, of course.
They travel well, as always. Walker boots it deep. Eisel lets it go over his head, and it'll be a touchback.
There'll be no little Debbies involved in that transaction right there. That's the thing. They were offering Little Debbie snack cakes if they please let them tackle somebody.
Max, kick it short so we can go and hit somebody, please.
What do you need? 2 nutty bars and a.
Yeah, he needs a whole pack of nutty bars. Not individuals anymore. You got to start bringing the full pack, I guess, for Max Walker.
Bolger gives up the middle, and he is stuck.
Spangler.
By Spangler.
Great job from this defensive end position to get skinny that time, run the line down. That was a big hit.
Jigs, it's got to be a little bit. Man, my number's getting called against this line.
Oof. Yeah.
Ooh,
Well.
not a lot of holes early on here. Bolger goes over here to Roots off the right. He's got room up the middle. He's got one man to beat, and he could do it. We'll see if Lonizak can run him down. Touchdown, Evergreen. Wow, some shiftiness there from Roots, Jigs.
Yeah, well, that's the play we saw earlier on that first play of the last possession. Will Roots in space on that little slip screen. You get a couple blocks, and that guy's fast. He's got some super wheels there, and Evergreen with a nice little play, and Roots.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah.
Off to the races.
He was.
I mean,
Lonizak is like
that's a track guy.
Not a bad track guy.
That's right. That's right.
And he couldn't catch him.
Will Roots, I would continue to get the ball to that guy.
I think so
here
too.
Tonight in many different ways.
Evergreen back to try the PAT. He kicked a spiral. I'm not sure how you can even do that, but it's good. That was interesting. We got a tie ball game here with 7/5 quarter.
Well, good answer there by Evergreen. And, you know, I saw that when they did that in the first possession, and I'm like, I think I'd like that. I'd continue to go back to that slip screen. You got another receiver coming over for a block. You got linemen pulling to go get on a sniper or a linebacker.
Yes.
And if he can cut back against the grain with that speed, there's a result right there.
That was impressive by Roots, and we'll see if the Tiger defense can make the appropriate adjustments to make sure that doesn't happen again.
I didn't really see. It didn't look like there was missed tackles that bad. He just found a seam and just
He never really got – if he got touched, it was just hands.
Yeah. Great play design.
It was.
Well, we talked about Hunter Cole, you know, and his ability to – he's been coaching at the college level.
Right.
He's been coaching receivers.
Yes.
My guess is his position group during the offensive segment of their practices with these receivers, and he's got a couple good ones here. And that was a nice-looking play.
It was. Liberty going with a lot of motion here early in this contest. Kreinbrink out of the gun. It's a reverse there to Barrett, and the Viking defense stayed home and was not fooled.
Looked like that might have been, I'm not sure. Looked like there may have been a misassignment there. Probably normally you get a lead blocker. I don't know if that was the guard or the tight end. Wasn't there that time, and there's three guys waiting on Baxter.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to jump in here a second. We our internet device overheated for about 10 seconds or 15 seconds. It took our stream offline. We've got it back on, so bear with us. We know we had an issue.
Okay.
But we're back up.
All right. Double tights. Kreinbrink straight ahead. He's got the first down and more. Dragging Vikings there to the 40. And he gets up and says, it's a first down.
Look at the big fella. Trying to get us to say, what about me? Let me carry it a little bit. Caden Kreinbrink, you know, he's a big body. That's a guy that, you know, these third and shorts, these fourth and shorts late in the playoffs, that is a key play right there to be able to just barge right ahead for first down. Good job.
Right. And you like the lead blockers in front of him as well. Play action here for Kreinbrink. He's got Barrett. They're open across the middle of the field. Good throw and catch. Going to be probably enough for the first down, and the Tigers are across midfield.
Nice hands catch that time by Baxter. You know, had the defender right on his back, so they better go snatch that thing with the hands.
It was.
The hands, that's the key. Don't let it get into your body. Go hands catch it. It's a good throw by Kreinbrink on that little bit of a drag that time. Evergreen's been good in coverage so far on our passes.
Yes.
The defender was right there on that.
I thought Kreinbrink had just the right amount of zip on that ball. Not too much, just enough. Good throw. Now he's under center. Give up the middle to Cruz. Cruz runs 57 over, and he's still going.
Oh, my.
Dragging people. That's a full-size man run right there. Gary Cruz down to the 25.
Yeah, that is look out. You better bring your body
and a
when
lunch
you go
pail
to tackle Gary Cruz. You get him high, you get him low, you get around the hips. You better bring about 3 or 4 guys.
Man.
Whoa.
What a run by Garrison Cruz.
Just shrugging people off. Be your own blocker.
Wow.
Whoa.
Highlight reel action for Gary Cruz. Give off the right side to Moeller. He's got room again. Cuts back across the grain, and he's down to the 6. Another Tiger first down.
Well, you get Gary on a big run like that, and then you say, all right, you're going to be the lead block now on this power. And he did just that, led that up. I think Max Walker with a good block there as well. And this offensive line dominating early.
They certainly are. Running on this drive almost at will on the Viking defense. As Kreinbrink, first and goal here for the Tigers. Kreinbrink out of the gun. Drops straight back to pass. He wants it over here for Badenhop. Has him, but they blew it dead.
Looked like Gary might have moved a little bit as the split out that time.
Yep.
I like that play design, a little out route for Isaiah. Good throw, good catch. Got the touchdown taken away from him there.
I'll back it up 5. You hate that for Badenhop. Doggone it. So we'll bring about first and let's call it 12 and goal to go here for the Tigers. Kreinbrink gives off the right side to Moeller, cuts it back. Not a lot of room there on that one for the Tigers.
Yeah, good job there by Evergreen's defensive line. Try to limit that first down play. Now you got a second and goal from the 10. You kind of like that as a defense. You got 2 more downs, and then maybe Liberty kick a field goal here, but we'll see what happens.
Kreinbrink out of the gun. He's got twins to both sides. He throws the slant to Badenhop. Touchdown, Tigers. What a throw and catch. Kreinbrink to Badenhop for 6.
Well, there's the fastball. He reached back and retched back and let that one rip, buddy.
Yeah. And that's
a lefty.
That's the time to do it, too, and he did.
And great catch there by Isaiah, man. And that quick slant, he had to go up and catch that ball away from his body. Good call. Nice throw. Great catch.
No gator arms there for Badenhop.
No,
he ain't scared.
He got paid dirt after all.
He ain't scared. Kick is up for Walker, and it's good. With 3:29 left here in the first quarter, it's 14-7 Tigers.
Hey, I'm going to jump back in again. We lost internet for about 15 or 20 seconds. That makes our stream go crazy for about a half a minute. We're back online. We appreciate people letting me know. I really do. I know I get about 100 text messages, but people out there don't know if I know or not. We appreciate that, but we're back online. It's about 100 degrees in the box here. So, hey, a couple notes, though. There will be no JV game tomorrow. Evergreen just simply doesn't have the numbers to bring a JV team to Liberty, but we will have boys soccer, I believe, at 1 o'clock. Cole, 1 o'clock. We'll have that for you here on Tiger Sports Live. And then Monday we have freshman football against Cary.
Oh,
that's going to be a good one, guys.
Nice. Very nice.
Did I tell you guys are commentating it? No.
Well, I'm glad to see A.D. Pullman reaching out and grabbing some different fresh blood.
It's been a struggle, guys.
His job. He's had a tough job of it. Between the JVs and the freshmen trying to find games and lining these things up.
Yep. And believe it or not, I am working on the winter schedule already.
Wow.
Okay.
It's crazy.
So, yeah, who'd have thought?
Basketball's around the corner.
It is.
Wow.
Wrestling, bowling.
Yes.
All right. Walker back to kick it to the Vikes. And he boots it just over
He
Eisel's
better-
head. They better watch
Oh,
that.
my.
Oh, boy, it's a free ball.
Get on!
It's loose.
Oh,
Evergreen got it back.
you know.
Oh, my goodness.
He did that last time, and I'm like, if that thing pops
Yes.
back, and it
Yes.
did that time, what a almost mistake there.
Walker Coffin cornered it down there
But
with a sand wedge.
Eisel's like, he kind of did a
Evergreen
look over
got
the
it
shoulder
back.
Like, you know, I better go jump on that thing.
Man, that was close. The Tigers almost got that back.
Well, once again, you know, you're a football team that's trying to play against one of the best teams in the state in Division 5. Those are plays you just can't have.
That's right.
Field
That's
the
right.
ball and return it or let it go out of the end zone. Now you're pinned within your 5-yard line against this defense. Not a place that
That's
you
right.
want to be for
That's
Evergreen.
right. And I do think Walker, I might be wrong here, I do think he's doing that on purpose.
Yes, I agree.
Trying to land it probably a 3-4 short
No.
just in
Great
case to
kick.
get him to return it too. Evergreen out of their own end zone, give off the right side, and he's going to get about 6.
Well, you saw Eisel that
Eisel
time.
is.
He kind of ran through a tackle along his Zach. He's a big, strong kid, fast.
He is.
That's another guy that you just got to continue to get the ball to in space, give him chances to break a game open. They got the two weapons with
Yeah.
Eisel and Roots. Continue to get them the ball.
Yeah, they do. They got some athletes here that can really play.
And Bolger can deliver it. I mean, he's been a good quarterback for 3 years now in this program.
That's right. Bolger out of the gun. He's going to keep straight ahead. Not a lot of
Ooh.
room there in the middle of that Tiger defense. I didn't see.
Cifuentes
There we
and
go.
a host of others on that tackle that time.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Vikes.
Dippy just owning things on the inside of that defensive line. Can't move him.
We just learned about a host of Canadians that watched this broadcast, Cifuentes, and as Bolger goes to the right side over there, not going to be a first down, and the Vikes are going to have to punt it away. Apparently, there's a bunch of his family up there in Canada that listens to the
That's
broadcast
right.
every week.
Canadian Mafia, Mark.
The
Hey, that's
Canadian
great.
Mafia.
That's
Look at
fantastic.
they're sending me messages right now.
I
man.
don't know who these
They're
people
ready to
are.
drive down here and get anybody that's complaining about the stream going offline
I don't know who
and
these
bringing
people
us
are.
some poutine fries and
Bring
gravy,
it.
baby.
Bring it.
I don't know them, but I think I like them. Evergreen back to punt it away. It's going to be an end-over-end kick. Badenhop's got room, steps back, gets out of the way, and it takes a Viking bounce.
Kind of
Wow,
a- kind
really
of a-
good bounce there.
Tough in-betweener there for Isaiah. I think the coaches are getting after him a little bit.
Yeah.
That thing had a goofy wobble.
I know it.
And
He
he would have
couldn't
had to
decide
come
to-
up
yeah.
about 7 yards to feel that. Made the one bounce, had the defender, didn't really have a choice there. So kind of a
Canadian
tough
Mafia
break.
says, "We got you, Mark." Okay, I do have to say, it's not really the Canadian Mafia. I just call them that because you know how I am.
I mean, it's getting a bunch of people around in the garage watching Tiger
But
Sports Live.
that's
and
what it's
hitting
about,
some
buddy.
Food. Let's do it.
You bet. Crane brings out of the gun. Backs to his left and right. He's going to give a second one through there to Moeller. Not a lot going for Moeller.
You know, Evergreen's done a pretty good job. Really
They
get
have.
some negative run plays.
They have.
I mean, if you watch, they got 8 guys within 5 yards, and they got some linebackers kind of hitting some gaps and things. But, you know, our run game has gotten going a little bit, but they've hit us with some negative plays here so far in this game.
And they got big number 63 in there. If our records are correct, that's Braden Pasco, and that guy's a freshman.
Looks like he's about 6'8".
Holy cats. Kreinbrink fakes up the middle. Ball's tipped, and it's going to be incomplete there for Barrett. Going to bring up a big 3rd down, Jigs, for the Tigers.
Hey, I got a quick thing. Travis Schultz always digs into stuff. He's like my historian, my rule guy. Actually, a receiver may call for a fair catch
After a
by
bounce?
by signaling with their hand above their head. The ball will then be spotted at the 25-yard line if the catch is made or inside the 25-yard line.
Okay.
So he could have called for a fair catch and caught it.
Right.
Oh, yeah, on the kickoff.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, right.
5 guys on the line here.
Kreinbrink rolls to his right, throws over
Good
there
ball.
for
Wow.
Gray. Nice throw and catch. First down, Tigers. Earlier I said it was third down there. Okay, I was going to say scoreboard was wrong. That was a big third down connection there from Kreinbrink.
Well, you know what?
Gray.
His ability to roll away from the arm and throw across his body to the other hash on that comeback, that is a
strike.
Tough route. That's a tough throw, and that is a first down throw. When you get late in the playoffs, those are plays right there you got to have.
I totally agree with that. That's why I'm so excited to see it as this offense gets better every week. Give to Cruz off this edge, and Gary's got room. He's got 2 men to beat, and he's going to
get in there.
Touchdown, Tigers. Garrison Cruz goes about 50 for a Tiger touchdown.
Well, he got in the opening there. Will Roots tried running him down. We just saw what Roots could do on his explosive touchdown. He got Gary at the end, and
Gary's got room.
Last 3 yards.
He's got 2 men to
the end
beat.
zone. Garrison
And
Cruz,
he's going to
get in there.
As Garrison is so patient as he hits the hole. It looks like he's not going real fast sometimes.
Right.
But he is.
Yes.
And then he gets out in space, and you see the speed that he has.
Yeah.
It's very impressive.
Well, it's
impressive.
the speed, it's the power that he plays with, and this guy is dominating football games. It seems like the later in the season he just keeps getting better and better.
Him and Moeller, the patience as they go through that hole in the line, just fantastic job there by Garrison Cruz. We got 4 seconds left here in the first quarter. It's 21-7 Tigers.
We'll see if Eisel decides to field this one.
Yeah.
My guess is he probably will, kind of seeing that bounce on that last one.
I got a feeling Walker's going to try the same trick
Absolutely.
Again, huh?
Well, you know what? When you're that good
at
kicking, I mean, you're exactly right. He's pinning him in a corner, and I think he's put it in that spot. He's been doing that the last several weeks where it makes that returner decide. If you want to do it, great. You're going to catch it on the 3, and we're going to probably pin you inside the 20.
Exactly.
If you don't, it goes in the end zone, you get it on your 20.
Exactly. Walker sticks his leg into it, and it's about that same thing. This time Eisel fields. He bobbles. Runs off to the left side. Has a little bit of room.
Tigers. Braxton Light.
Great job by the Tiger kickoff team there to corral him.
You saw the speed, though. That time Eisel will be able to flip the field and get to the other side. Almost outran the coverage that time. Good job, Braxton Light.
All right, let's take a moment here between quarters and hear from our sponsors that make these broadcasts possible.
Hey, Tiger sports fans, this 2025-26 Tiger Sports Live broadcast is brought to you by KK Collision, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, Affinity IT Group, Pisanello's Pizza, Ohio Asphalt Paving, Swanton Welding, Davis Farm Services, Holgate Metal Fab, Gerald Grain, Hill Asphalt, Mason Hill Construction, Engler Auctions, Dental Health Associates of White House in Sylvania, and Fessenden Hardware of Swanton.
All right, we're back here. Start of the second quarter, Liberty Center 21, the Evergreen Vikings 7. And one more housekeeping thing again. There is no JV game tomorrow. There's a soccer game at 1. We updated our schedule late, and a couple of people looked at it early and said, well, you had one on the schedule. Yes, we did, but we took it off.
All right.
Ooh, Delta 7, Patrick Henry 6, second quarter.
Cool. Bolger takes a snap out of the gun, keep it himself, has room off the left side. And goes out of bounds about the 30.
Well, that's what Bryce Bolger can do for you. If he wants to tuck it down, he has the ability to run. Good first down there to get them some field position. Now you got some things you can work with here if you're Evergreen.
Vikings moving personnel around. Gonna swing it over there.
Ooh, nice
Heitzel.
catch. Oh, look at this.
Wow,
Cade
what a
Sonnenberg.
play. Sonnenberg shed the block. Made a heck of a play behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it looked like Caden kind of was got through the block on the ground, was able to corral him in there for a big loss. Man, that's a great play. You know, he's a great tackler in space. He does a good job of getting guys to the ground, get them corralled, get them to the ground. Good example there, Caden Sonnenberg. Great play.
Gonna bring up second and long here for the Vikes. Pressure from Weimer.
Good hit
Eisel
there.
is stuck. Out here by Badenhop.
Good pressure there. Kellen Weimer off the edge. That's a 6'5" monster coming at you. You better get rid of that thing quick. And Isaiah sitting and waiting on that route. Great tackle that time.
Weimer was bearing down on
That's not
Bulger.
a guy. That's not a guy you want barreling down on you.
That's right. Third down along. Bulger drops. Fakes. Has some
Tipped.
time. Pick.
Oh, look at
It's
this.
picked. What a tip drill play. And that's picked by
Max Walker.
Walker.
Baxter Barrett with the tip that
Whoa.
time.
What
Tip
a job.
drill, man. That's 2 interceptions in a row on a tip drill. They teach that. You
Oh, look at
recognize-
this. Yes.
You don't always
What a
get
tip
to
drill
do it
play.
in the game, but man, that's 2 in the last 2 weeks here. Great focus that time by Max Walker. You see that thing just hanging up there, is able to corral it and get to the ground. Good tip. Baxter Barrett getting in your pass lane. Gotta love to see it from linebacker room there.
Fantastic play there by the Tiger D. As Crime breaks under center. He's going to give off the right side to Moeller. Moeller's got room and has first down yardage across the 30.
Yeah, you're just seeing some big holes now in the run game. Guards getting out, wingback getting out on some of these outside runs, and there's just a lot of open spaces. Good job there by Thomas to see it, get the cut back, get the first down.
First and 10.
When Evergreen's got 8 in the box, there ain't a whole lot else you can do. You know,
Right.
You got to get a guy out on a split receiver.
That's right.
You're doing your best, but not a lot of answers.
Play action. He's got time. He throws it deep for Gray. It's batted away. That was a little bit of a jump ball there for Gray with a couple of defenders on him.
Yeah, I think it looked like a little bit of pressure. Caden tried to step up into the pocket that time, got the arm hit. I think that's why
I
it
think
wobbled.
It wobbled a bunch. I think he did get it hit.
He wanted Ethan on the post route. We got a Evergreen player throwing up on the field. We got some fans making some noise.
That's what. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he got caught in between Hunter Spangler and the big number 63 kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, hey, we do have a couple scores coming in. Was it Eastwood 7, Oak Harbor 6, end of 1.
Okay.
Delta was up on Patrick Henry. We've got Napoleon up on Springfield 14-0. Delta's still up 7-6 in the second quarter right now. So
That game's at Patrick Henry.
yes, it is.
We saw the Delta bus heading south on our way over here.
Yeah, that poor kid, the Evergreen kid, got caught between Hunter Spangler and that big 63 kid.
Yeah.
God.
Ooh. Hopefully he's okay.
And then the ball got spotted.
Right there.
They put the ball right on the throw up. Oh boy. That's gross.
That was an unfortunate spot there.
Spangler's going to go grab that thing and say, "Can we move it over a little bit here,
okay.
please?"
Go to the other hash.
Can
It's
we just
not-
get a courtesy roll a few yards there? Over
Hey, we got people checking in from all over the place. Chesapeake, Virginia.
Oh,
You know,
sorry.
Denny Barlow. He watched Spike when Spike was about 6 years old. No, I don't know.
Yeah. Awesome. Kreinbrink under center. Gonna pitch to Cruz off the left. Cruz has got room. He's got 2 men to beat, and he's going to do
Hey,
it.
oh, he runs into him.
With an exclamation point at the end for Garrison Cruz. Touchdown, Tigers.
Yeah, Gary continues the dominant form. Great blocking that time. Big hole.
Was big.
And, man, you got to get some resistance at the line of scrimmage against Garrison Cruz, because if he gets past that line with any head of steam, good luck to the secondary.
It's often pay dirt.
And we just dialed up the replay, and Gary just invited the kid to Sunday school there in the end zone.
Kreinbrink, I'm not sure if he bobbled that or if it was planned, but he's going to run it in for
Stick
the
his nose
2-point
in there.
conversion.
Good job. Find some positive yards that time. Get to the end zone. Way to smell it for Kreinbrink. You know, we talk about some of the corners and these secondary players of the opposing teams. To give you an idea, number one, who Gary, just hit in the end zone, he's a 5'10", 150-pound corner. Like, that's just a bad matchup.
Right.
That's a 215-pound,
Yeah.
6'2" player that's got 65 pounds on you.
That's right.
So that is a bad matchup. And when you see Gary's speed with his size, that's when you start seeing these runs. You're like, wow, he is really dominating. Well, that's
right.
why.
That's right. Yeah, it's smooth speed and power with Garrison Cruz every time he touches the ball.
Evergreen, not a lot of answers for this run game so far. These have been pretty quick drives for Liberty Center. But you know what? They got some. They've shown some guys. They've shown some players on offense. They got some athletes. See if they can't get another drive going and keep this game interesting.
With 9:47 here in the second, 29-7 Tigers. See if Walker gets the sand wedge out again and tries to spin it back.
He just got all that one.
He stuck that one in the end zone. And the Vikings will take over. Sawyer Bockelman entering the game.
Navarro on the D-line. Cifuentes getting a little bit of a rest. They got Spangler, Weimer, Cifuentes on the sidelines. Schweigert, the other defensive lineman now.
Bolger out of the gun. Drops straight back. Has pressure.
good
It's
hand
batted
in
up in
there.
the air. Incomplete. The Tigers almost picked that.
Lucas Navarre that time.
Great pressure by Navarre.
You know, if you're not going to get there, get your hands up. Great job that time. I know they drill that in the defensive line room, and, boy, that was textbook that time, and almost came down with the pick that time.
Flag on the Vikings. Going to back them up 5.
Well, not where you want to be. 2nd and 15 against this defense.
Yeah, that's right.
Gary Cruz, 5 carries, 128 yards, and 2
Whoa.
TDs.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a pretty decent average, isn't it, Mark?
Yeah.
I'm not real good at math.
He already
but
had. what
Let me
was
get
his
my shoe
average?
off. I'll get it for you.
What was his average last week? I can't remember, but that is expanding this week.
Yeah, it is.
I was in
Regardless.
Vegas last week.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
ask
right.
me.
That's right.
Bolger complete to Eisel. Gain of about 5. Bringing up 3rd down. This is a big one here for the Vikings, Jigs.
25.6 yards a carry.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
that's not too bad. Most people would take that, generally speaking.
Yeah.
Right.
Be a big first down here. Run the clock. You know, in this passing game, the clock stops so much.
Bolger back to pass. Pressure from
Uh-oh.
Weimer. And Spangler, he gives it to Eisel. That's going to be first down yardage and a little bit more for Eisel. Tigers can't wrap him up. He's free. And Grays brings him down on the 35. Jigs, he's slippery over here, and the Tigers could not wrap him up.
Yeah, I'm telling you that Eisel, he is a good-looking football player.
He is.
probably 6'2", 190 pounds, and he can really run. Ran through some tackles that time. Bolger kept that play alive. Great job. Orth came up that time, decided to get onto the quarterback, and he was able to dump it. Nice positive play there for Evergreen. Keep this drive going. This offense can do some things.
Yeah,
they really got some
have
players. They got a couple
some
players.
Bolger pressure, runs up the middle. Lonizak can't corral him. He's going to gain about 5.
And I think if you're
down.
going to critique the defense so far, it's probably on some tackles. We're not tackling as clean as we have so far this season, and I think a lot of that is these 3 athletes, Bolger, Roots, Eisel, in space.
Yeah.
They're fast, they're explosive players, and they're tough to bring down.
I think that's right, and you got to give those guys credit because they're legit players, certainly. Bolger swings it to Eisel off the right side. This time, a good tackle.
Max Walker.
By Walker as he wraps.
Read that, baby, from the beginning.
At my house, my boys have heard it a million times. Wrap, 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 wrap. You just got to wrap.
Big hits, big explosions are sweet.
That's
but
right.
You got to wrap.
You got to wrap
You
up.
still got to wrap.
That's right. Bolger out of the gun. Looks left. Throws right. Has a man in the open. There's a flag down as he's down to about the 4.
There's a couple more missed tackles that time.
Yeah.
Mossing
That was
able to get outside, break a couple tackles. Not sure what the flag is yet.
Yeah.
They may bring this baby back. They sure are.
holding Evergreen. The offensive line of the Vikes trying to deal with the Liberty horses up front.
I think that was Weimer. He was caving from that side. And it looked like he was getting tackled. Kellen's been given some nice pressure from that defensive end position.
But again, you see Bolger there, able to scramble, keep the play alive, and make things happen.
Well, Mossing's another good-looking player.
Yeah.
You know, he's another guy that can do something from that receiver position and has that slot. So they got athletes all over the field.
Brings up 3rd and 13. Bolger rolls right. Pressured again. Throws downfield.
Good ball there. Wow.
That's going to be caught, I think.
They're going to give it to him, aren't they?
That's a catch.
First down.
First down to about the 15, 17-yard line for the Vikes.
Wow, that's a big-time throw. That time Bolger rolling hard. Max Walker breathing down his neck on the run for the comeback on the sidelines. We've seen him on film. He's a good-looking player. That's a nice play there.
This is an impressive drive by Evergreen with some momentum. Bolger is going to keep it. Not a lot of room, and he's going to be stuck. Stuck hard by Lonizak.
It's a great job by Lonizak staying home that time. Bolger tried to flip the field and come back, and Lonizak stayed home, was waiting on him. Got the nice hit on him that time.
Good job of corralling. Stuck hard by Lonizak. Tiger defense. 2nd and probably 14. Bolger swings it to Eisel. And that's a good open field tackle by Baden. Is that Gray? That's great.
Ethan Gray and Lonizak jumping on top. We've talked about Ethan's ability to tackle a little bit in the podcast this week. And sure tackler. Man, that was great. Come in, get low on the legs, wrap. Don't just bring the shoulder. Wrap up, get into the ground. Great play. We got a 3rd and long again for this defense. See if they can get a stop.
All right, Bolger out of the gun. He looks left, throws across the middle, caught.
Wow. That's enough for the first.
Big hit by Moeller, but he hangs on. 1st and goal, Vikings.
Wow. Great drive here for
It
Evergreen.
really is.
You know, they had 2 guys in that same vicinity there. I don't know if it was a mix-up in the route, but Bolger ripped that one. I mean, he really ripped it. He's got a good arm. That was a 2nd-team All-League quarterback last year. I mean, this kid has been doing it for 3 years now, and, boy, he's competing tonight, no doubt.
Impressive by Bolger. Impressive by Bolger. as we got a timeout here in the field with 5:23 left in the second. 29-7 Tigers, but the Vikings are threatening.
Yeah, and you see what this drive does to the clock, right? I mean, I think they started this drive with 8 or 9 minutes, so this is a 4+ minute drive at this point. You keep the ball away from Liberty Center. You keep their offense on the sidelines, and you're going down and threatening for some points here. So, they did not give him the first down. Okay.
Oh.
We're going to have a fourth and short here.
Okay. That's my fault.
We shall see. Interesting.
They signaled.
Here.
The one referee signaled first down.
Did. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, you got to believe this is going to be a Bulger, Eisel type of situation. Boy, they're going all spread. He's going to keep
Bulger's empty. Yeah. He's empty in the backfield.
There
it is. Straight up the middle.
They got him. Second effort.
First contact. They had him.
That's going to be short.
I don't know.
It still may not.
Where's that spot at? Big hit there. Was that Walker?
Liberty ball.
Turnover.
I don't know. Cole, can we see that again, or is it too late on it?
Nope, too late.
Too late. Sorry about
the yards per carry just continues to rise, Mark. You could maybe do some math on that. Well, we got Barrett over on the right side. He's going to get about 4.
Little wing give that time.
Yeah, again, guys, I know everybody's going to send me messages. We're dealing with heat issues with our equipment, so we're battling it. We're trying to stay on. Just bear with us. It's believe it or not, it's about 90 degrees in the box here, and all our equipment is warm. We're fighting it. We're going to bring it to you.
Kreinbrink in the gun. He's looking to his right. Airs it out deep for Badenhop. Just overthrown.
I like that route combination that time. Kind of almost scissors with Isaiah and JT that time. JT was kind of the inside man, goes outside. Isaiah comes inside, try to twist up that corner, and that safety had Isaiah by a step, just couldn't quite put it on him. Tough throw, though.
One thing about this Evergreen defense, they're used to seeing that pass in practice. They've been on our receivers.
They have.
Kreinbrink out of the gun, gives to Moeller around this end, filled by Johnson. He gained a few. It's going to be third down and about 1.
Fuentes is down.
I think it's Gabe Clapp.
Was it?
Yeah, I hate to see
72.
that. Holding his knee. Hopefully nothing
Gabe Clapp.
Serious there.
All right, while we've got an injury timeout, let's just go ahead and run our sponsors. Again, these guys make these broadcasts possible, and we appreciate that. And without them, we simply just could not make this happen. So let's go ahead and run our sponsors while we've got an injury timeout, and we'll be back right after this.
Hey, Tiger sports fans, this 2025-26 Tiger Sports Live broadcast is brought to you by KK Collision, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, Affinity IT Group, P&L's Pizza, Ohio Asphalt Paving, Swanton Welding, Davis Farm Services, Holgate Metal Fab, Gerald Grain, Hill Asphalt, Mason Hill Construction, Engler Auctions, Dental Health Associates of White House in Sylvania, and Fessenden Hardware of Swanton. Able to walk off in his own power. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, it looks like he's okay.
You
It's
hate
great
to see
see
anybody down on the turf. Fourth down, Garrison Cruz, Wildcat keeper up the middle.
Oh, boy.
And it could be pay dirt again for Cruz. And it is Garrison Cruz.
Look at the big heap of men up here.
Yeah, that was
so Fuentes.
Wow. Man, oh, man. You know, that formation has become something in short yardage. You get all that beef with that offensive line. You got 3 lead blockers in front of a 6'2", 215-pound fullback like that. I mean, what do you push?
Keeper up the middle. And it could be pay dirt again for Cruz. And it is Garrison Cruz.
Look at a heck of a night. This offensive line as well. Big holes. They've been dominating. You love to see it for Liberty Center's offense.
Kreinbrink to hold. Walker to Is that Perry to try the point after? I think it might
Yes,
be.
it is.
It's Perry to try
Max
the point
Perry bombed
after.
it.
And it is good. So with 2:47 left in the half, Liberty Center 36, Evergreen 7.
Hey, a couple other housekeeping things. We've got tournament draws this weekend for soccer, boys and girls, and volleyball. We'll have the updates on our social media. Keep checking it. The other thing I want to say is we are about 17 subscribers away from 2,000
Let's go.
YouTube subscribers.
Let's
So
go.
click that subscribe button. You'll get all the notifications. If you want to become a member, we've had people ask us, you'll get content that other people don't get. You'll get some content early before we release it to the public. I think it's like, what, Cole, $2.99 a month? $3 a month. And all that money that we make, people are like, oh, we make money off YouTube. In the lifetime we've been on there, we've made $1,000. That went right into our foundation fund, which is separate from our operating budget. That'll be given out as scholarships. We'll do the first ones this year at the end of the school year. So all of the money that goes from you or comes from YouTube and subscriptions and all the stuff that we charge for, because we don't charge for stuff. Sponsors make our broadcast. Will go back to our students.
Gotta love it.
Awesome. Perry to kick off for the Tigers.
Good boot.
And he boots it to Eisel in the corner. Eisel brings it out. Has room on the right side, and he's brought down at about the 22.
Foster, I believe, on the tackle.
Good tackle by Foster.
Going back to the YouTube, Mark, I know the work that you've been putting in on posting all the old football games. That's been pretty sweet to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I have an
pretty
update
sweet.
for that. A lot of people have been, who's number 60 in 1987? I don't know, but Mrs. Katie Weeks and Greg Radwin, Katie has come up, her and her husband have come up with an old almanac of football or something. So I'm going to pick it up from her this weekend sometime, and we're going to have it available. It's going to be cool.
Cool.
That's cool.
Bolger setting up a screen on the right
Good play
side.
there.
Nothing
JT
doing.
all over it. Max Walker.
Flag on the play.
I think it's going to be holding again.
Ball start.
Yep, false start. Evergreen.
Now, getting back to Katie and John Weeks, have this almanac of old football when John played. And so they're going to get it to me. We're going to try to get rosters and records and
that's cool.
things like that. A lot of people have been asking, and it just takes time.
Yeah,
It just takes time.
Yeah. No, it's been great to see some of these old games for sure.
First and long. Bolger airs it out deep on the right side.
Got a good
And
arm.
Roots had some speed, but he did not
did.
have a step on the two Tiger defenders there. They had him covered well. That was a well-thrown ball.
Yeah, it was. Good bracket coverage that time by
Weimer just pushed multiple people into the backfield.
He's been active tonight. He hasn't got a sack yet, but he has been disruptive.
Well,
on
sometimes you
defensive
make
line.
a play and sometimes you make a tackle.
Yeah,
We talk about
right.
that a lot.
Second down. Dump over here to Eisel. He's got some room. Badenhop couldn't make the play, and he's corralled there short of first down yardage.
Great tackle
Across
that
the
time.
30.
Was that Thomas that came up and made that tackle? That's a guy you get in space in Eisel. He's tough to corral. Got to break down, try to get in the legs.
Yeah. Badenhop did his darndest.
Third and short here.
Bolger rolls right. Pressure from Weimer. He's going to keep it.
Smart.
He's out of bounds. First down yardage with 1:47 left in the half.
That's good enough for a Viking. First down.
This Evergreen offense, they've definitely shown some things here tonight and picked up quite a few first downs against us. Interesting to see what the stats are at halftime.
I tell you, I get to do a lot of different things, but I'm watching the Evergreen kids. Their hands are on their knees already.
Uh-huh.
That's one of the things Liberty has been able to do to people, just wear them down.
Yep. Uh-oh.
Bolger throws it away.
Grounding.
Yeah, and they're going to say it was.
Hopefully it's not a late hit. Hopefully they're going grounding.
Well, it wasn't late. I mean, if
No, it
you're
didn't
going to
look
call it
like it.
excessive,
Maybe.
I hope not. Because we tackled a
It
guy.
was a race to the
ground.
quarterback there.
Intentional
Weimer-
grounding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Weimer, Cifuentes, I believe Spangler raced to the quarterback with the 3 big fellas that time. We've been talking about it, how disruptive those 3 have been, and Kellen's having a very active night from the defensive line position. How far back did he take them?
Yeah, man, that's like second down and a mile. for
Is
the
that
Vikes.
15 yards for a grounding?
Is it
Isn't it just
spot?
lost it?
Spot
Maybe
plus
it is.
10? Or, I don't know. I don't know for sure.
Boy,
Holder
that's
looks
tough.
right.
Oh,
Tip by
Cifuentes.
Cifuentes. Great play.
Dippy.
Yeah, that's at least the second ball tonight that this defensive line's gotten their hands on. And, man, you can't make the play, get your hands up. Great job. Dippy getting after it, the big fella.
And Jigs, if the Vikes can't convert here in third and a mile,
Look
it's
out.
going to be a minute and some change left for the Tiger offense.
Yeah, and we're 1 point away from running clock, so I would not be surprised to see Liberty try to get a score here before
Yeah.
the half.
Patrick Henry 14, Delta 10.
Okay.
Close game in PH land. They're going to
Oh,
run
Dippy.
it.
Whoa.
They're going to run it and lose a couple more yards.
Might want to block that guy.
Great play.
Might wanna block Dippy.
He's having a heck of a night, isn't he?
He's on a tear. I tell you what, I was not at the PH game. I was watching pieces and parts of it, but afterwards I went back and watched it, and I've gone through a lot of football games. I've been through a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that is the best performance I've seen by a nose tackle in all the years I've been doing this. I mean, the plays that he made inside, but running out to the numbers and tackling people,
Yes.
I was like,
He was all
what
over
is
it.
that?
Yeah, he was
And-
like a
and-
man possessed.
And from my son's wedding, my son and his new wife Alexa's wedding, I just sent one word, Dippy.
Nice.
Dude, that was it. Dippy.
Nice.
He was
Man of Steel.
the unanimous man of steel, Cifuentes. You gotta love to see it there.
Yeah, we're going to have to.
Boy, look out here. We
Start-
got 2 explosive returners, Gray and Badenhop. Gonna get a chance here.
Wow, Eastwood 28, Oak Harbor 6.
Ooh,
Okay.
Oak Harbor's run
South
over.
Range is
It's
getting
like,
spanked.
The Vikings get a good high
Wow.
punt off. And Gray muffs it. He's able to fall back on
you know,
it.
that thing's got a goofy wobble too. That's
Yeah.
why Isaiah Badenhop thought twice on that last punt because I wouldn't want to catch that thing in these lights.
1:22 left for the Tiger offense to stick one in before halftime. We'll see if they can do it.
Yeah, Jigs, you talk about the lights here. This is one of the great stadium. It's one of the last stadiums that still have the old mercury vapor lights.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're bright.
Cranebrink in the gun. Quick pass to Lonazak,
Just
who's got
carrying.
first down yardage. I think he stayed in bounds. The clock's going to run.
A good job there by Jackson. Once again, hands catch, carrying a corner for another 5 yards. Good positive first down play there. 2-minute O.
Cranebrink looks left. Has a guy over there.
Look at this.
Caught!
Off a tip.
A catch.
Ethan Gray.
By Gray.
Oh, and he runs a dude
Gray
over.
runs somebody over.
He's down. You know, Ethan Gray's hands ability and just
Whoa.
knack for making plays.
in
you
the
saw
right
that.
spot at the right time.
You saw that.
Here's the
one-handed
replay.
catch last week.
A tip. Ethan Gray just picks it up, sprints to the end zone, and trucks
Jeez.
the defensive back.
Gray was standing over there wide open, and Cranebrink elected to go to Gary. and-
Yes.
And ended up going to him anyway.
Now, don't look at that replay too close. The ball was loose.
Was it?
No. I mean,
No?
my orange
He was
goggles
down?
says no.
Either way, Cranebrink under center here as he gives to Moeller up the left side tackle. Touchdown, Tigers. They stuck one in before halftime.
Well, that's going to get to your running clock in the second half. That is a pretty efficient 2-minute offense that time.
Wait, Henry Fitzenreiter.
Oh, I did see that.
Did you see that? Just manhandled
Even
the
guy that
defensive
business.
end.
Well, these guys blocked to the whistle. There's no doubt.
That was three plays, right? 3 plays from the.
Sure was.
Yeah. Perry's kick is good. 43-7 Tigers with 30 seconds left in the half.
Going back to the ability to kick the ball, Max Perry's been a really, really good kicker for us, along with Max and Kreinbrink. I was watching my sophomore year. We had Craigle kick some.
Yeah.
Eric Weimer kicked some. And it was like we just had this rotation. And I think there was a game where we missed 4 extra points because we just couldn't kick it. We couldn't do it.
And now it's an embarrassment of riches in the kicking
we got 3
department.
guys.
I know
at least 3.
That's
That's
right.
not counting who else is
We got
on
a couple
the roster.
soccer guys.
Exactly.
It's like, hey, I got you.
So, no, the
right.
kicking game has come
Yeah.
so far.
I remember those
It's
years
come
when it's
so
like,
far.
okay, we're going for 2. and the
Oh,
time
yeah.
that we did kick, we're like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah. For a lot of years, we went for 2
Yeah.
every single time.
Yep.
'Cause
Oh, man.
it's not because we
Well,
really
because we
wanted
run a
to.
0-1 trap.
Well,
Yeah.
And we probably wanted to kick it. We just couldn't. We just couldn't kick
Right.
it.
Well, exactly.
So
No, Max Perry, good job. And he's shown the
We got
ability. His
Grubauer.
kickoffs, too.
Grubauer can kick.
Absolutely he can. Max kicking this one off here. Let's see if we can
That's
pin him
Max
deep.
Perry.
Max Perry, yeah, not Walker. Sorry. Double Max is there in the kicking game.
Perry. Eisel handles it on the 5.
That's
And he's great
just
coverage by the
violent.
Tigers.
Brady Badenhop, number 5, I think the first one there that time. Great special teamer. Guy that's just scratching and clawing to get into this lineup as a
right.
junior. Guy you're probably going to see a lot of next year.
Yeah. Great pick against Swanton earlier
he
in the
did.
year.
Took it back to the house, knew what to do with it. Love to see it.
$22 ticks left here in the second quarter. Bolger takes the snap, looks right. It's going to keep it up the middle and slide.
What would Scott Barrett say? That was a good business decision.
For sure. Try to get into the half here and regroup a little bit if you're Evergreen.
Jack Ward's going to spell Wanizak. And that's going to be it for the first half. Here in Evergreen, 43-7 Tigers.
All right, we'll be back after this halftime break.
Once again, you're winning 50-50. Ticket number is 897-549.
Something to drink.
Which Evergreen band an outstanding rest of their 2025 marching season. Now released in 1987, this band slapped so hard that it got R&B country, hitting #1 in the UK, South Africa, and the US. The song was written about a song's voice, and it's brutal. It's one of the most recognizable memes on the internet. Make sure you don't get egg rolled, no duck rolled, no Rick rolled. This is Rick X, please. Never gonna give you up. One of the most recognizable names to ever hit the metal scene, Ozzy Osbourne. This 1980s hit was Ozzy's debut album as a solo artist. The song deals with the subject of the Cold War and the fear of annihilation that existed during that period. Its original release only topped out at number 50 in the UK, but after his recent passing, it peaked at number 39, 25 years later. This was Ozzy's last song performed on stage before his passing in July. Going off the rails on a crazy train. Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present Evergreen Viking Marching Band. The Viking Band is under the direction of Rob Stearman and Eric Cooper. The major energizer is Ben Stoll. The band is led on the field by drum majors Adrian Billy and Lindsay Hendricks. Welcome to Homecoming. The Viking Band opens our Homecoming halftime with a nod to our World Tour theme. Selling over 30 million records worldwide with a hit song featured in the movie Back to the Future and receiving Best International Group at the 1986 Brit Awards. Huey Lewis and the News were wildly popular in the 80s. Drum major Lindsay Hendricks kicks off our show tonight with one of their biggest hits, Hit to Be Square. Continuing our World Tour theme, the band Fleetwood Mac is one of the best-selling musical acts of all time. Their song Tusk was recently featured in a movie. It's called The Cruise. Time to grow. But wait, what's this? A strange and mysterious figure is approaching the podium. Could it be? Evergreen's own favorite caveman, Mr. Chris Lyons. How about it, Mr. Lyons? Care to lead us on the field for halftime once again? We want Tusk. With the second chorus featuring only our guest musicians. Let's hear it, Superband. Give us the fight song. Ladies and gentlemen, your Evergreen alumni, 8th grade and high school bands.
All right, we're back here at Piper Stadium, the home of the Evergreen Vikings. Liberty Center 43, the Evergreen Vikings 7. And Jigs, man, I looked at a few of those stats, and I know you got them all, but wow.
Yeah, you know, we'll hit on Evergreen first. We talked about their passing attack with Bolger and the two receivers. Well, that basically tells their story on offense. Bolger, 12 of 18, 200 yards with a touchdown and one interception. Roots, 2 catches for 91 yards on the long touchdown run. And then Eisel, 6 catches for 83 yards. That has been Evergreen's bright spots on offense. That was the 3 players we kind of highlighted come into this game, and good football players, and giving them a bright spot in this game. Passing 191 total for Evergreen, rushing 25 yards. So limited rush game for Evergreen so far. For the Tigers, Caden Kreinbrink, 6 of 9, 76 yards and a touchdown. Ethan Gray, 3 catches, 47 yards. Isaiah Badenhop, a catch for 10 yards and a touch. Lonazak, 1 for 11. Barrett, 1 for 10. Rushing, Thomas Muller, 9 carries, 68 yards, 2 touchdowns. Baxter Barrett, 3 carries for 51 yards, along a 45. And Garrison Cruz, 7 touches, 202, 3 touchdowns with a long of 57. The run game dominant in that first half. That's a total of 409 yards for Liberty Center in the first half. Tackles for the Tigers, Ethan Gray leading the way with 7 on the outside. He has been solid, sure tackler tonight. Jackson Lonazak with 5. Max Walker with 3 and a pick, and a host of other Tigers with 3 tackles.
If I go back to the Gary Cruz number, take my shoe off, I'm looking at about 29 yards a carry.
Whoa.
That's got to be some type of record, doesn't it?
And we were talking
Matt
about –
Orr had –
yeah.
I think that Bryan game, he had 3 carries for
200 yards.
87 yards. He hit that dive before the half. I mean, that was crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I tell you what, one of the things that's been very evident is, discussion of backs and things. And I always give a shout-out to NWO guys, Tenor Ram Lives guys, Keith Brown. Man, they're listening. I know they are. They follow our games. Keith, what's up? They were talking about backs in the area, and they just a couple of Tony Fairchild, those guys like, wait, stop. Let's look at yards per carry, because Garrison Cruz had 500 and some yards on 14 carries, all these other backs are 37 carries, 61 carries. Well, you've got 700 yards, and he's like, stop. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Gary's got to be up. He had 500 and so I don't know what his total yardage for the year is, but he had 99 and a half yards at PH officially, which put him up about 675, and 200. So he's pushing 900 yards on some dumb number like 20 carries or 26 carries or something. We'll get the official stats. We'll try to get. I know Red and the guys over the stat guys are pretty good, but you got to give love to your linemen.
Yes.
Gary Cruz is a beast, and you got to bring the man stuff to tackle him. But how many times do you see Gary Cruz get into the secondary untouched?
Yeah.
That's the Max Walkers, the Spanglers, the Weimers, the Cifuentes, the guys that are just down and dirty in the trenches, just making room.
That's right.
And so you got to love that.
Oh, man, for sure.
The stats, that's crazy, those stats for Cruz and the guys. The other thing that I really like, and we talked with Coach Moeller on the 50, and we talked at the podcast about it, is the play of the defensive backs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to me, that has been that was the big question mark.
Yeah.
Not because they weren't good, not because we didn't have confidence in them, but we lost 2 All-State backs, defensive backs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cam Colley, he'd pull interceptions out of the air like I didn't even see him running towards there, and he has the ball. Grady Miller was the best lockdown kid I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, he locked down. He erased the Napoleon kid.
Yep.
In the Napoleon game. So we said, yeah, okay. And Casey just went at it very methodically, very workmanship. It's a business. We're here. We'll put our lunch pails on, and we'll go to work. But these guys, man, they've just responded and bonded with each other. And you look at the tip drills, you look at the things that have happened in the coverage. So, I give a lot of credit to those down and dirty, mean linemen. But I'll tell you what, the culmination and the development of our defensive backs have been one of the most notable. When we talk about it off air, we know our linemen's good. So when they're good, we just go, okay, they're good. But when we didn't know about the defensive backfield, not because they weren't good, just because we lost such great players, now we go, oh, wow, that's really good. But we have a lot of that.
Yep.
That's right.
A lot of that. So, all right, we're getting ready for the second half here. Once again from Piper Field, the home of the Evergreen Vikings. Liberty Center with a big lead. And we will have a running clock, and you'll have to work with us on this. One of the things that's kind of cool, Boom Boom's over here struggling a little bit. Not because he struggles, but our scoring system doesn't know how to deal with a running clock, so he's kind of got to hit the buttons, and so we'll be on the clock the best we can. We have to get a scoring system that matches up Liberty Center's abilities.
There we go. Yeah. Okay. It's cooled off a little bit, too. Hopefully
I hope so, man. Our equipment is finally we're sticking it out the window, believe it or not.
Yeah, it's good.
So I appreciate you guys hanging with us. Again, we're trying to get to that 2,000 subscribers. Oh, we got it. Okay,
Boom.
We're trying to get to that 3,000 subscribers. Come on.
Next goal. Let's go.
Awesome.
Appreciate this, the following.
Evergreen boots it deep to Old Crew. And we got a little
huddle here.
Huddle. Who's got the ball?
JT kept
He
it.
kept it.
Look
And
out.
he's free. Across the middle.
Oh, get him.
Still
Field play.
rolling.
Nice job.
And he's down to the 40.
We haven't seen the muddle huddle for
Huddle.
years.
I don't know that I've never seen that.
I've seen
in
that.
high
He's
school.
free.
I don't
I've
think.
maybe seen Liberty do it one or two times in my career.
I thought they was like they were on a merry-go-round. They were kind of circling right there, and then JT just I couldn't tell who had it. It was 3 seconds there.
I couldn't either.
But boy, JT knew what to do with it. Good return there.
They hid that well.
I wonder who drew that one up.
Yeah, it's a good question.
In the dirt over there.
Exactly. The playground.
Kreinbrink under center. Gives on a reverse from Moeller to Barrett, and
big
Barrett's
hole.
got room. Down to the 10, Baxter Barrett.
Well, that's that inside reverse again, the one we saw earlier in that first half. Boy, that was well blocked. Big hole there for Baxter. Turned that thing up for big yardage.
Right off the bat, the Tigers coming out hot, knocking on the door of another score with this running clock here in the second half.
Like the way Baxter runs the ball, north and south, good speed. He's got some breakaway speed with him. Good-looking running back.
Great run by Baxter. Full house backfield for the Tigers. Kreinbrink gives it back to Barrett again. He's got more room, and he's trying to smell the end zone.
I think he did. They had the refs had a bad angle.
Signal.
Boy, I thought he stretched it out there.
So did I.
They didn't. There was nobody on the goal line. It didn't look like.
Yeah, I don't.
They still haven't made a call. Everybody's looking around.
Kind of looking like, oh, did you see that?
They got a touchdown.
Holy, that was the longest touchdown delay call I've ever seen in my life.
Not sure what took so long.
I think they just looked at each other. The guy picked the ball up and marked it for the extra point. And they're like, okay.
Wow.
Baxter Barrett takes 2 runs for about 40 yards. It's going to add to his yards per
straight
carry.
dive that time out of the tee. And, boy, he hit it, knew what to do with it, smelled it. Good touchdown there, Baxter Barrett.
Perry for the point after, and it is good. Tigers come out hot and score quick, 50-7 with 9 minutes left in the third.
3 plays?
It was 3.
Or was it
2? It was 2. It was 2
plays. Yeah,
because
both to
all
Barrett.
crew,
both to Barrett. 2 plays.
Yeah.
That's efficiency, gentlemen. That is efficiency.
Well, we continue to talk about this offense and their ability to strike quickly, and perfect example right there coming out of the second half. And I would expect to see some subs kind of coming in now. You know, you want to get your starters, obviously play them the first half, and normally give them a couple possessions here in the second half before you pull them out. 4-quarter games have been few and far between this year. You saw a little bit, some cramping last week against PH, and some of those things. So
we don't want that to happen in the
we
future.
got some 4-quarter games coming yet, I think, this year with certainly Delta coming and Wasion and Archbold, for that finisher. So some nice league tests
and with
down
all
the stretch
these,
here.
With all these other Tiger players getting in the game, I'm getting a little better at knowing the numbers down the line. There's only 68 of them or something to keep track of. So great turnout numbers for the Tiger program. Perry sticks a foot into it. Fielded by Eisel. Looking for room on the right side. Doesn't find any. He's going to be brought down about the 25.
Jakeway, I believe,
35.
again, man, that's his second tackle.
Special teams
on the
juggernaut.
kickoffs. If you want to get noticed on this team as a young player, get on special teams.
That's right.
Stick your nose in it. Make a name for yourself, Brody Jakeway. And a nice night on the kickoff team.
Bulger's got Eisel to his left. Out of the gun. Pressure by Cruz.
Closing
Ran
speed.
him down.
Wow.
He was like shot out of a cannon on that.
That is just, what do you do there? You're a quarterback. Gary kind of came around that end on a blitz, and Bulger didn't see him until it was too late. And that's called closing
Holy
speed
cats.
for Gary Cruz.
He was kind of shielded behind the other player, and you're right. I don't think he saw him. And then it was too late.
And the
too late.
boogeyman. Here comes the boogeyman.
Nightmares.
Number 30. There he is.
That's the stuff nightmares are made of right there. Gary Cruz. Bulger gives up the middle to Roots. And Walker said, not here. And he's fired up. Going to be second down here for third and long. Third and long now for the Vikes.
Not a place you want to be.
Bulger swings it to Eisel. He's tough in space.
Yeah, he is.
He puts his head down and is well short of first down yardage.
Great tackle there by Ty Jackson.
Yeah, it was.
Baxter broke down a little bit, and Eisel's shown he's shaking some people in space here tonight. He's got some shake. Ty Jackson, good job to absorb that tackle and get him to the ground. Man, I want to see a punt return. I've been calling for a punt return. Have we gotten one yet? I know we had JT on a kickoff return. I don't think we've had a punt return for a touchdown yet. Uh-oh, got a chance here.
Australian rule style sideways spinner. It takes a heck of a bounce again.
He's
down
been effective.
To the 35. He kicked that. It looked like he was holding it sideways almost.
Okay.
I could be wrong there.
I mean, he's got a goofy spin, no doubt.
It does.
These balls have been tough to handle tonight.
Tricky.
Yeah, they stopped the clock. Interesting.
So we're still waiting on our punt return this year. Hopefully we get one here down the stretch.
Well, a lot of new names going in for the Tigers. Max Perry at quarterback.
Okay.
Murdoch had a split out.
Yep.
Brady Badenham.
I think that's the entire JV unit.
It does appear to be that, doesn't it, Mark?
Yep.
As Perry gives off the right side to, who is this?
Isaac Orth.
Yeah. Orth gets good yardage.
He's a guy that you saw in past years at running back. I have not seen him take a rep until last week. He kind of came in. They gave a little rest. He came in a halfback and looked good running the ball. But that's just another guy, Yeah. You just don't really have to give the ball to, but very capable runner, Isaac Orth.
Good run there for Orth. Perry gives up the middle to
Light.
Braxton Light. Gains a couple, enough for a first down as the clock ticks. Coming up on 5 minutes here left in the third quarter.
Trey Florian at center. We got Parasini at a tackle. Tate.
Perry gives up the middle. Nothing doing.
Billy Kruger in there to guard. They are shuffling the players. It's hard to keep in front of who's who.
Like Ty Jackson there. Was that Ty Jackson on the carry? Perry under center. Flip out there to Ty Jackson on the left side. He battles his way for maybe one. Bring up 3rd and 10.
Good pursuit that time by Evergreen. Snuff that one out. And we're going to get a 3rd and long. See if we let Max Perry go to the air here.
Yeah.
Don't we have the JV game tomorrow?
Yeah, it's unfortunate for these guys that they can't play tomorrow.
I think that's
work all week, and you want to play a game.
probably the
you know?
3rd JV game where the numbers just
Yeah.
weren't there.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for these guys. Let's see if we get a little play action from Perry. We're going to go sweep around this side.
Spangler.
And is that Cole Spang? Yeah, Spangler. Wow, dragging people. Impressive. Good run for first down yardage for Spangler.
Billy Kruger that time is trying to carry him a
Yeah.
couple extra yards. But Billy kind of wrapped his arms around and said, come on, couple more. Good run there by Cole.
Foster runs the play in.
Perry under center. Gives off the right side.
Strong run there by Light.
To Braxton Light, yep. Light 16. All right, I got to remember that one.
Delta 17, Patrick Henry 14 in the 3rd.
Wow.
You know, Johnny Fryman called that
Wow.
upset this morning,
Yeah.
and I wasn't so sure, but Johnny might be on to
I
something
got to
there.
tell you, that's a little surprising to
It
me and
is.
impressive by
That
Delta.
really is.
I mean, after last week, too, I thought, yeah, this PH team is, hey, maybe that's Delta's good.
Yep.
Give up the middle to Jake Way. That's exciting. Looking forward to that Delta game for the Tigers then.
Yeah,
Just
that's,
knowing how well they're playing tonight.
And we'll find out in a week.
That's right.
Well, and that's a team that finally is used to going against a serious run game in practice,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
so many times you go against these spreads and these teams don't know how to practice against a physical run game like this. Well, that's what Delta does too.
That's right.
So it's going to be a smash mouth in the trenches type of game.
Can't wait.
Next week.
Can't wait. 3rd down and 5 for the Tigers.
Oh, what a
Orth,
cut.
what a cut. Still going,
Oh,
keeping
yeah.
his feet moving.
Oh, yeah.
First down yardage as the clock ticks away. We're coming up on the quarter here pretty soon. 1:30 left. Great run there by Orth.
But this is where Liberty Center, you know, one of the huge advantages of the numbers, they're platooning kids in.
Yes.
Yes. 3, 4. 5
Fresh
at a time.
bodies, more reps.
That's right.
Ty Jackson,
Perry
good
gives
cut.
it Jackson. He's got room. Down to the 5. As this Tiger offense starting to wear down that Viking defense, I think.
Ty's got some good speed, man. He gets a hole.
he
He's
does. Looks
got some
good.
speed. Good run that time.
Boy, Eastwood's putting it on Oak Harbor 42-6.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Oak Harbor had won that league, I think, 9 or 10 in a row.
Genoa beat him this
So
year.
Genoa beat them, and now Eastwood beat them. So there's a new team. Who's that?
Oh, yeah.
Drew Silvis.
Perry
Perez.
gives to Drew Silvis for the touchdown.
You gotta love it for the young sophomore putting it in the end zone for I think his first Friday
Yeah,
night touchdown.
Could be.
Could be.
Drew Silvis.
Love to see it.
That's a great feeling for a young fella.
Kreinbrink to hold. Perry to attempt the kick.
Short a guy. Braxton Light.
This will end the quarter.
And it is good. 57-7 Tigers. The start of the fourth quarter.
All right, let's hear from our sponsors that make these broadcasts possible for you guys.
Hey, Tiger sports fans, this 2025-26 Tiger Sports Live broadcast is brought to you by KK Collision, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, Affinity IT Group, P&L's Pizza, Ohio Asphalt Paving, Swanton Welding, Davis Farm Services, Holgate Metal Fab, Gerald Grain, Hill Asphalt, Mason Hill Construction, Engler Auctions, Dental Health Associates of White House in Sylvania, and Fessenden Hardware of Swanton.
Here from Pfeiffer Stadium, Liberty Center up big, 57-7. And we got a running clock, so these 12 minutes.
Whoa.
Okay, well, some
technical difficulties
little
there.
technical
the Vikings
difficulties
side.
with the speaker system here scared everybody.
Playing some techno.
Hey, once again, join us tomorrow, 1 o'clock, boys soccer from Rexlinger Stadium, Kip Kern Field. Then Monday, we have a freshman football game. Check our schedule on lctigersportslive.com for all the details.
Perry back to kick it to the Vikes. Little sidewinder spin there for Roots.
Wow.
Don't let him get free. He's fast, and the Tigers don't. They bring him down just past the 20. Brought down there by
Easton Flory absolutely blew a blocker up.
And made the tackle.
Oh man, he was man on the mission down there.
And look at his teammates
That's
congratulating.
right. They were loving
know
on
it.
that.
They know
saw it. Everybody saw the blow up.
Love it.
Easton getting down the field, big fella.
All right, a lot of new shirts in there.
Zabo at a sniper.
Yep.
Ty Jackson. Jack Ward at a linebacker. Baxter, linebacker. Cole Spangler.
Jack Tatum Murdoch.
Yes, at the deep safety.
Bolger in the gun. Gives the Eisel off the left side. Not much doing.
Barrett on the tackle. He will come out. Easton Flory going in now at that other linebacker spot. Levi Spade, I believe, at a defensive tackle. Parker Trumbull, the nose tackle.
Bolger looks to
Oh,
his
Spade.
right. He's hit. Complete out there on the right side, and a good open field tackle by is that Murdoch?
Yes, it was. Levi Spade, good pressure. Almost got
Very
to the
nice.
quarterback. Murdoch's another good tackler in space. It's a guy that keeps flashing from the defensive backfield. Excited to see what he's going to turn into here in the next couple years. Drew Silvas now at a corner.
Clock.
Dotson at a corner.
Coming up on 9 minutes left in this contest. We've got a new quarterback for the Vikes as well as he rolls left and is brought down
Cole Spangler that time.
by Spangler.
Ace Ryan on the carry. That's good enough for a Viking. First down.
Looks like Ace Ryan, freshman quarterback for the Vikes. Ryan out of the gun, fakes right, and he is. I thought he was going to get sandwiched.
Stuck. Who is that?
That is
Naraki.
violence.
Pericini, I think.
24.
And then Trent Naraki on a big hit.
Yeah,
I like what I'm seeing there.
very nice.
Flowing to the football.
I don't know
Max
how that.
Walker over there high-fiving him. Yeah, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Love
Gotta
that.
love the seniors cheering these younger guys on, staying engaged in the game.
Brings up 2nd and 11. More pressure from the Tigers, and he's going to be brought down
Parasini.
by Parasini. Great play. Good pressure.
He got close a couple times, finally able to get home that time for Tate Parasini from his defensive end position. Good to see for the big fella. You know, I think Liberty escaped this game. Not really any serious injuries.
Hopefully Clapp's okay.
You know, I thought
Yeah, he
came
seemed to
off.
be.
Looks
I
like
was
he's
watching
walking
him on the
around pretty
sidelines.
good. So that's certainly something you think about and you have to take into account.
That's right. It's a win. That's a big win. 3rd and long for the Vikes. Ryan crossed the middle. Incomplete. Almost picked there by Murdoch. Hit his leg. I don't think he was expecting it to get that far, and it
Colton
did.
Weimer in there as well. Pretty close to that football.
And the Vikes are going to punt it away.
Murdoch, old crew back.
Ooh, Percy, yeah, it was the whiteout over here on our side took off way early.
He had Talent and Bachman barreling down on the punter. They might have blocked that thing. They kind of looked like they were unblocked.
Yeah.
Bachman's kind of got a knack for getting in there and he get them long arms out.
I'm impressed with his speed for as big as he is. He
Yes.
moves very well.
He does. Ooh,
Gets a good punt off.
JT's got a chance.
Whole crew fields it at the 45. We got a flag.
Yeah, it's gonna come back.
He's still going.
Double.
Got
Gonna
another
come back.
Flag.
Got another flag.
Oh,
Got another flag.
oh, he's got a.
JT, I'm sorry,
Oh.
man. A heck of a
that.
return. A
That
heck of
was.
a return.
Yeah, flags. Somebody threw a hat.
I think we're going to get a block in the back,
Yeah.
at least one, maybe two.
yeah.
JT, though, man, he is ball in his hands. He's electric.
He reminds you of
He's
a Wes
electric.
Welker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
You know,
the cutbacks.
Yeah.
He's got a good vision, too. It's quick. You just get excited when he touches the ball because good things normally
you
happen.
might see Howe at quarterback now. Maybe they're talking to him on the sidelines.
So the clock does stop on a dead ball.
Yeah,
Okay.
till they set it.
Yeah, go ahead and set that thing.
Yeah, you're gonna see
Tick, 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 tick. Let's get on out of here.
Howe now will be a quarterback. Number 1 for the Tigers.
All right. Howe under center. Sweep left
Jakeway, good block there.
for
Who was
Jakeway.
that? Talent.
Stays in bounds
Oof.
for first down yardage for the Tigers.
Talent with a big lead block there. He put somebody on their back.
Very nice.
This JV squad looking good.
Yeah,
I know,
they are.
and if you're watching this and you see big number 63 out there, he's a freshman.
Yeah. Yeah.
So don't get upset.
I had somebody ask me, as Howe gives up the middle to Silvis, I had somebody ask me what the stats were on him, and we don't have them.
Yeah.
We don't have his height and weight.
He's
but
got to
that-
be 6'8".
That guy is big.
He's probably 6'8".
He's probably a French fry from 350.
He's 3+. But he actually moves pretty good.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
he-
Evergreen
bad.
didn't have them
He's a big
available
kid.
on their website either. So,
Howe under center. Give the wing
wow,
back
what
motion
a block.
to
cutback.
24. Who is
Rocky.
that?
Oh, he
Rocky.
fumbled.
Ball
think
comes
Evergreen's gonna
loose.
get it.
Evergreen football.
Good initial run there by Naraki. Had the good cutback and fortunately put that on the deck.
See what the Tiger defense can do here as we got 4:30 left in the ball game.
You know, I love they're hyping up the Evergreen crowd, but they really shouldn't be able to blow that Viking horn when you're down 50 points. Just saying.
Well, you know, some discretion.
Well, and I know who's doing it.
Yeah. All right. Vikes take over. Ryan out of the shotgun.
Oh, nice
Oh,
play
what
there.
a play by Drew Silvas. Read that like a book and stuck it on him.
There you go.
Love that.
Drew.
I watched the coach. The coach, he looked at the coach. The coach said, "You should have caught it."
Yeah, Drew stuck his foot in the ground, shot out of the cannon, and, man, that is a perfect – when you're a corner and you get a guy up in the air like that for a ball and you can meet him, that is
Licking your chops.
textbook. Drew made the most of it. Nice play there. It's a young guy that had a touchdown tonight. Nice big hit.
Yeah. We got the clock stop again here. What do we got
Get that
going?
thing running.
I think Evergreen might have called a timeout, maybe.
Just call the timeout, but just continue to run the clock.
No, they just didn't mark the ball on the right hash.
All right. That's kind of weird. Don't really know
Oops.
what happened there, but try her again. Second down for the Vikes. Ryan out of the gun, throws to his left. The Tigers swarm him under for a gain of about 5.
And 2, 4, 6 Tigers come in
Wow.
to replace as replacements.
Love it. Are we getting down to some freshmen here?
Oh, yeah.
Few, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was going to say, we didn't have
Well,
enough
we've already
players.
had some freshmen in, yeah. Ryan back to pass. Across the middle, has a man.
Oh!
A big hit by Murdoch. Dislodging that one.
Jack Tatum Murdoch. That's like he said the coaches said he is a headhunter.
Yeah, he
Love
likes
it.
to hit, likes to stick his nose. I like the drive on the football.
That was good.
That's your deep safety of the future.
Yeah.
JT's like, give me another chance.
Yeah. Oh, they're taking him out.
Yeah.
Roston Peters.
I'll tell you what,
Shown
he's
some-
another
he's
exciting
shown
one.
some flash, for sure. Got some speed for the young freshman.
Evergreen not in a hurry. They just want to get out of here.
Good boot. Over to Peters. He fields it. Straight up the middle with a little bit of room.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I tell you what, you don't want to let him loose.
That's it.
Down to the
That's a
40.
knack.
Good return for Peters.
He's very quick, and I tell you what, he puts his foot in the ground, and you go, I got it. Where'd he go?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Shifty.
Freshman squad now on offense.
Yep.
.132 and ticking. Younger Baden-Hop under center. It's going to be
Inside
reversed to
reversed.
Peters.
Peters.
Oh.
He's got some room on the right side.
He's got a lot of room. Get a block. 64. Good block. 64. Who is that?
Oh,
flag.
flag.
Down, but yeah, there's a
Oh,
flag.
Colton Weimer with a good block. I don't know.
Yeah, they threw a flag, though.
Boy, I don't know. He had him fronted up. I'm not
Holding.
so sure.
Yep.
Coco Weimer with the lead block. He got what he needed.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure on the
Oh,
hold there,
darn
but
it.
you know what? We're going to still get a chance here. How much
Yeah,
time
we
we got?
got-
48. Well, we're running. We're ticking now.
Tick-tock.
Ugh. I didn't see the hold.
Yeah, I
Didn't
didn't
see
either.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not.
So
Bainhop takes a snap, gives straight ahead. Is that Jake Way?
34, I think
No.
it was.
I'll tell you
34.
what, Bergie Barrett was out
That's
there.
Westhoven.
Westhoven.
Yeah, Tice. Is that Tice?
Tice. Yeah, I think so.
No, Caleb Lester. Caleb Lester.
Oh, yeah.
Bergstrom was out there laying a block down as split out receiver. I like that aggressiveness.
And that is
Bergie.
going to do it here in Viking country as the Tigers come away with the big win, 57-7.
All right, we're going to take a break here to hear from our sponsors. We'll come back. We're going to talk. We're not going to go get the stats. It's going to be lopsided. We'll have the stats for you on our social media. We'll post them after we get them back from the statisticians. I think all the coaches are already down on the field. But we'll be back with our Swanton Welding post-game show and the Man of Steel Award. And we'll be back right after this.
Hey, Tiger sports fans, this 2025-26 Tiger Sports Live broadcast is brought to you by KK Collision, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, Affinity IT Group, P&L's Pizza, Ohio Asphalt Paving, Swanton Welding, Davis Farm Services, Holgate Metal Fab, Gerald Grain, Hill Asphalt, Mason Hill Construction, Engler Auctions, Dental Health Associates of White House in Sylvania, and Fessenden Hardware of Swanton.
All right, we're back here with the Swanton Welding post-game show. Once again, Liberty Center with a big 57-7 victory over the Evergreen Vikings at their homecoming. They had a really nice homecoming ceremony. They really did. Presented the court, had a nice parade. Evergreen stands packed.
Good turnout.
Yeah, they turn out. They made a nice turnout. They go to 2-2 in the NWOAL, 5-2 overall. Liberty Center will go 7-0, a 7-win team.
7 wins.
It's one of the things Coach Moeller is adamant about. We're not 7-0. We're a 7-win team.
Yeah.
And it's just like I said, just a go-to-work mentality. So, guys, let's talk a little bit about the Man of Steel. And I have a lot of people ask me, well, how do you pick that? Steel doesn't bend. It stands firm. It's the structure of a lot of things. A lot of pretty buildings out there, but without the steel, they fall. And so when we talk about Man of Steel, we're talking about the nitty-gritty, the sturdy, the guys behind the pretty facades. Okay? So that's what it's about for us as we talk about this in the Tiger Sports Live booth. So,
yeah, certainly.
Jeremy, I'm going to let you go first.
in a night like this, in a game like this, 57-7, there's a lot of options. Okay, we can talk about some past guys. I mean, you could talk about Gary Cruz, a million yards per carry tonight, and he would be an obvious choice. But I would go to who made those holes for Gary tonight. And some guys maybe we haven't talked about so much because they're just so good and they go to work every single week. Is, Spangler, heck of a job tonight. Weimer comes to mind as well. Jiggs, you got anything on any of those two guys?
Yeah, I mean, I liked Weimer a lot. I thought he was penetrating a lot from that defensive end position. Didn't get a sack, I don't believe, but he was in that kid's face, disrupting things all night. Spangler had a good night, offensive and defense. Max Walker had a big pick. He's flying around on defense. And I liked Ethan Gray tonight. Ethan Gray had 7 tackles in the first half, 3 catches, 47 yards. He had that kind of a knack play off the tip, in that first half there too. So I thought Ethan looked really good. Gary, how can't you talk about him every single week? He's
when you're averaging 29 yards a carry.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. All right. Well, I'm going to throw a few names in here you didn't say. You guys have to watch the game because you're calling it. I get to kind of do whatever, which is a perfect job for me, by the way. So I'm watching the line plate. Deegan Schwager, kind of the unheralded lineman. Dude, just getting off his blocks, making holes, getting to the second level. Mad Max, Walker, the pulling guy. Just crazy. I mean, you people go back and watch these guys.
Yep.
But I really watched Hunter Spangler tonight.
Uh-huh.
And, Hunter Spangler, all year we've been kind of making fun of him going just whacking the snot out of these little defensive backs or whatever. But it's consistent. I mean, he's downfield. He's just making blocks. And people are just coiling up going, nope. Of course, Kellen Weimer, to me, when I think about the man of steel, these steel structures that hold up these great-looking, pretty offenses, you talk about these men of steel, and I feel like Spike. I could give it to all of them.
Boy, are we going to give
we're
it to
not
the whole
doing that.
offensive
No,
line
we're
tonight?
not.
Yeah.
So I think to me tonight the line really showed what the structure of this defense and the structure of this offense is.
Yeah.
And I guess I mentioned a lot of names. I'm tossing up between Kellen Weimer and Hunter Spangler.
I'd go with both of them. I know you don't like to do two, but I would, because I think equally tonight their ability to pressure from the outside, put pressure on Bolger, and then obviously offensively, it starts with Hunter Spangler every single snap. He is dominant inside, and Kellen from that left tackle.
Yep,
he is a dominant force out there.
So what are you telling me, Jigs?
I'm good. I'm good with both of them. But
Jeremy?
you got to make the call here.
I totally am too, if that's allowed. I have no argument against it.
Well, who makes the rules around here?
Right.
I do.
You do. You do.
All right. I think you're right. I think today we have men of steel, and those men of steel are Hunter Spangler and Kellen Weimer, the structure of that offense and defensive line. So there you go. Your men of steel tonight. Not just one. We couldn't pick one. Kellen Weimer, Hunter Spangler are men of steel. So, all right. Well, guys, I don't know what. There's not much else to say. A 57-7. I mean, it was really, the stats would have told that story, the dominance. Liberty centered the run game. Evergreen just had no option for that. Cole, do we have any scores before we sign off? Patrick Henry, 21, Delta 17 with 3 minutes left. So you can probably tune in. I think WNDH has that on there. If you're driving home, do that. So we're going to go ahead and get out of here from Pfeiffer Field for Jeremy Babcock and Brian Jiggs Babcock. Boom Boom Ballman and Diamond Dan Kessler on the camera. We appreciate you guys tonight. We appreciate all you listening. And as always, folks, it's good night, everybody, and it's good Tiger Sports.